excited. I'll be excited. Hey, listen up! You're listening to Cloudy Thoughts, the stupidest cloud gaming podcast in the world. Because when I game, I like doing it in clouds. This is Master Shake, telling you don't forget to like and subscribe. Now here's your dumb host, LoFi Monk, and his stupid co-host, PurpleHaze. Goodbye, suckers!
What's up, guys? Welcome to Cloudy Thoughts. I'm your host, LoFi Monk. And today's been kind of a crazy week. So there's a charity event going on, and I don't really know, the schedule got changed up now. Rudigs was supposed to be streaming and it got moved. I think he'll be able to tell you more. But it's International Podcast Day, and I don't even know what to say, man. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out my co-host, Miss PurpleHaze. Hey, Perp.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Hey.
How are you?
You know, I have my Mortal Kombat icon up there because, as you know, I've been having like the ugly face for about a solid 35 hours or so. 34. So I didn't want to put y'all through that again, but overall I feel down but encouraged.
I feel down but not out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't count me out. So I don't want to keep him holding too long. We're gonna bring out our other our what's the word for it?
Co-host.
He's a co-host, definitely. Yeah, I guess that's the best co-host.
Yo,
Mr. Already Exists. What's up, bro?
Not much, man. Having and as you can see, I'm not in my normal, background. I've got my green screen right now, so
I see you got the money maker.
I wish I'd be rich. But yeah, it's nice to see you on here and then also in chat. What's going on, everyone?
Man, it's been a rough week. I was talking to you guys earlier, and after I got off with you guys, I watched Rock's live stream. That was tough. I mean, he handled it really well. So I'm just for anybody that's been hiding under a rock, Stadia is shutting down, and that's especially it's rough for all of us, but because we love Stadia, and this show is about cloud gaming, and I've asked other people from GFN to be on the show before, and they're more than welcome to be here. I don't know. I've always wanted to just cover cloud gaming in general, but Stadia is the platform where I kind of found my home, and it's the one that interested me the most, and it's where I found a lot of friends and my co-host. So what's next for this show is I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I mean, I'm I feel like we might take a step back for a second, regroup, reorganize. But I just wanted to spend some time and kind of look back on Stadia, the community, the show, and community members. Yeah, so I guess I'll start with how I got to this show. I kind of just was, I don't even know. I didn't see a commercial. I just remembered Stadia. And I started talking about it because it was my birthday and people were asking me what I wanted. And it was like it was last year, November. And anyway, I saw that if you purchase any game, you got a free controller and a Chromecast Ultra. So I asked for I told somebody asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I told them I wanted Far Cry 6, and they got it for me. And yeah, anyway, the rest is history. You know, I was able to stream to YouTube with little to no effort, and I was able to meet lots of great and awesome, very talented, very smart people, very, very nice people. And yeah, I don't know. That's how we got to this show. It's gonna be rough. This community means a lot to me, and I hate to see such a hard hit. But you know, it's this is kind of the it's not my first go round. I kind of been through this before when OnLive was around, and like it didn't make sense to me then. It was like OnLive is the greatest thing. Why wouldn't everybody love this? But you know, things are what they are. But I just wanted to I just wanted to put that out there. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I'm not really sure going forward what's going to happen, at least with my channel. I'm just going to have to, just going to keep trying, if you know what I mean. That's all you can do. So, yeah. Shout out to everybody in chat, man. I'm going to end up here in a little while. I'm going to drop a link in chat if people want to come in and talk, but and especially if y'all got any questions or anything, because I really don't know. I think right now, me personally, my plan and my strategy may change is like I said, I'm going to be taking kind of a step back, but so you're going to see me doing game streams and stuff on my channel, but I don't really have any plans, and I'm just I can't, so I don't think I could tell anybody what I'm gonna do for sure, but I will be playing on Stadia all these games that I have until they shut the thing off. I'm riding it till the wheels fall off, fellas. We're gonna go all the way. I don't know who's gonna be there with me when the lights get shut off, but it's gonna be good times. I know that. It's been nothing but a really good time so far. So with that said, I'm gonna let's start with already exist. Your name starts with an A. Let's start with already exist. What has been some of your favorite moments in the Stadia community?
Man, so I'm fairly new to this community. That I didn't even know there was a community of Stadia players, to be honest. I thought it was called other people's, as the joke goes, right?
I pulled you in, man.
Man, and things have been a lot better in terms of like having a sense of belonging, right? Like it's knowing that there's other people who also enjoy or have sort of like-mindedness where they want gaming to be a little bit, and it's tough, man. Like I game everywhere, or used to at least, rid of those things. But like I game on PC, but Stadia. Well, I know the reasons, but for whatever reason, Stadia has always been like the number one spot. The reason why I even started streaming, really, one of the reasons. But it's one of the reasons why I got out there and wanted to, just the idea of this different way of gaming where you didn't need to be tied, or you didn't need to be part of a team. You didn't need to do these specific things that we were, it really honestly breaks my heart to know that and there's going to be a ton of people like that aren't going to be able to play video games and enjoy this thing that I care so much about. And it's just, I don't know, dude. It's a bummer. It's a big bummer.
Yeah, man.
And and I'd just be like, I'm gonna buy Stadia.
Right.
I bought a lot
of
tickets.
What do you think? What's your favorite moment from the community?
I don't know if I have one. I just think it's the community when it comes together. I don't think there's a favorite moment. I mean, I think there's a favorite characteristic of the community, but I don't necessarily think I have a favorite moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, what would that be for you then?
I think there's like this element of like just already exists. I already said it. This feeling of belonging, like you're part of something. Whatever that was, like some people that was like this feeling of being like going against the grain. Some people that was like kind of this adult gamer group. Some people that was a sense of like a community that we don't normally have, outside of gaming or at YouTube. So I just think it was this like unique feeling, and that was, I don't want to say it was tribal, because I think Stadians came in a lot of different shapes, colors, sizes, genders, and so forth.
It was open to everybody.
Yeah. But I do think it was like a mentality. So, yeah, maybe that mentality.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, one of the things I'd like to talk about is like how, we all get together every morning for Squid's show, and like, shout out to my man Squids. He's awesome. Continue watching him. His morning show is gonna keep going. But yeah, I mean, that's how I met you, and I wouldn't even seen Squids if it wasn't for Stadia, and like people like Suna, like that just popped into his stream because I caught him playing Destiny 2 one night on Stadia, and then like talking to him on stream, and he's like, hey, do you want to play? Like, just crazy. Just people don't normally do that type of stuff, and like the Stadia community was just real warm and welcoming, and I don't know. I just because the platform has tanked, or whatever, however you want to say it, it doesn't mean that we can't keep the mojo going, so to speak. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't even know where I'm going with any of this, guys, to be honest with you. But I just wanted to be here for anybody that had questions, either about what's going on with us and what's going on with the channel or the show or just everything. Any questions at all, and also just give you guys a chance to like really voice your opinions and your feelings about the situation. And I'm gonna go ahead and drop a link for anybody that wants to join the show. We don't normally do this on a Friday night, but yeah, there it is. Join if you like, and I'll pin that. Yeah. So, but anyway, let's talk about, let's talk about Rock's show, and man, shout out to Rock, dude.
Yeah, no, I think
that show where he's so excited. He was so excited. I don't even know what was going on because I've been all over the place, and he was talking about, he had hyped something up on his channel. Maybe you guys know what he was talking about, but
yeah,
that's when somebody caught that the store had posted that Stadia would be shutting down. It hadn't even been announced yet. And just watching that whole thing was, man, it was like gut wrenching, really, to be honest with you. I don't know, guys. Holtz, welcome to the show.
Hello. Oh.
Man, so how do you feel about the situation, man?
I am really gutted about it because I always said to myself I was a cloud enthusiast, and the last 3 years you dropped the games that I really loved from personal preference and from developers that I would sort of personally invest in. And with the closure, I've actually realized that there's a lot of people in the gaming community that bash Stadia. They thought we were just a mobile gaming or the Just Dance Ubisoft community, and I was like, do you know actually? And I put comments like, do you know I actually bought up to 30 games? I bought 29 games, and I just named all the developers that would define a generation in gaming. And to me, I'm like, this service offered me a lot and shown what the potential of cloud could be and pushed gaming in a way that I believed would never ever happen. And I was just blown away with the experiences that I had.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm talking about, like, when people go, oh, Holt's name some like Resident Evil 7 and Village, Final Fantasy, Yeast, Mortal Kombat 11, and the list goes on. Ubisoft games, the list goes on and on. I thought to myself, what were you actually seeing from an outsider? Because on the inside, I know I don't characterize myself as a person of influence, but I remember thinking to myself, these games that came to Stadia is what defined me to buy a console. And even though I bought consoles, I remember just actually thinking to myself, if I could have a cloud approach, and Stadia was the leading cloud approach in my mind, I could play these games, especially like FIFA, on my tablets and mobile phones on the go. And I just thought to myself, this is what I actually want. And it's just a shame that it closed down, because I believe that Stadia or Google was actually losing money, or the public opinion was against cloud, should I say. But
yeah, I mean, like, cloud gaming in Stadia was pretty niche, as they say. And it's like, I've been saying it lately that I am that niche. It fit me perfectly.
And it's a shame that I actually mentioned a few years back that the main feature that I ever wanted in Stadia was family sharing, and I can't believe that I've actually got a feature now going forward, and I could share with 6 family members across the Google infrastructure. And I can't believe that now I've actually got a family of gamers, which are younger family gamers between 5 and 9, and they're playing the games that I actually buy, or they're on PlayStation. They're on not PlayStation. They're on Stadia Pro gaming and they've played these games on their tablets and phones away from their parents' TVs, and it's something that we became accustomed to. So on January the 18th, I feel it's going to be harsh for my family to actually say to these young gamers, you could play on the cloud and you could play games on the cloud, but for some strange reason it failed and you have to go and now buy hardware. And I'm the only actually gamer in my family, so I feel like that they're going to lose out on the inspiration unless we sort of find a new way how to play, which of course I do believe it's going to be xCloud, because xCloud is going to bring a fan membership, but when, for example, and that's where I look back and I feel like that Stadia offered the features and the accessibility and the portability well ahead of the time, should I say.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are saying it was ahead of its time, I guess. But I mean, they said that about OnLive too, you know. It pushed
Yeah,
the way you
can't
think about gaming, you know.
I can't believe, and maybe there's a lot of things to blame, because I ended up playing OnLive literally 10 years ago, and I remember thinking to myself, wow, this is the way of the future. And then when I remember PlayStation buying Gekai, and I'm thinking, well, this is the way of the future. And I'm playing PlayStation now. This is the way of the future. And I just thought this is the way gaming is going. And I feel like there's more gamers that actually held back in their needs of trading, owning physical hard drive. And to me, I can't represent the whole gaming space, but I knew that if you had the correct infrastructure, that this could be a thing for us.
It's like not, you don't get any closure because like we don't have any of the heart. We have no idea what happened, what the numbers are. We don't know anything.
I mean, I started
everything's left to speculation, you know.
My first day of Stadia was, I remember actually getting Division 2, not Division, it was Destiny 2. And I remember thinking, I just watched some YouTube videos of like a 12-second delay. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, I can't believe I've just invested in this Founders Edition. Oh no, I've made the wrong mistake. And then when I actually loads Destiny 2, I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, I can't believe that it's actually viable for me, and I'm actually got no latency up to 4K 60. And I remember going to my friends and showing him, and
it's magic.
It actually worked, and he just went, yeah, but he had the preference. And I remember thinking to myself, I can't believe I've just showcased something that is literally magic in our minds, and people have got still a preferred way how to play. And I thought that would go away over the years. So now, so say like on our third year, I thought FIFA 23, X-Defiant, Midnight Sun, Avatar, Dead Island 2, I thought that would have changed the perspective of Stadia going forward. And to hear this news just literally yesterday, I thought to myself, oh my, I wish we just hold it in just a little bit longer, but I can understand that it's all about
Talking Dogs Ron is here. I don't know why. I don't know why the bot decided it was going to censor you. Welcome to the show, Ron. Holtz, before you got here, I was asking everybody, and I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. But I know there's a lot of moments, and there's a lot of things that probably come to mind. But just whatever the first thing. What's one of your favorite moments?
Do you know one of my first moments in the community? I was sitting back with my go-to in Stadia was sitting back playing Grid, and I would always listen to podcasts like Wingy and other podcasts where I could sit off for 2 hours and listen to them non-stop, but I could put 2 hours of Grid. And then when I realized, I actually checked my time log, and I realized I put 200 hours into Grid.
Wow.
That evolved because of Stadia podcasts and the Glorious Stadia and stuff like that, and then also Sonny's playthrough of Grid. And I remember thinking to myself, I was there in them instances where I would never put 200 hours in a racing game, but I remember if I followed the podcasts and the people that I follow on that messaging I did actually hit that target. And now that is one of them things that I'm proud to say that I was there joining in 200 hours on a game that we all had a laughing.
Yeah, man. It's like one of the things about Stadia that was great is that it broke down the walls of like the streamer and the audience. And it was like it like we're right there with each other, you know what I mean? It's not like this separate, like, oh, here comes this person who's gonna stream this game, and we, like, I don't know. There's so many things that come to mind when you.
I've moved into a lot of your chats. So sorry, LoFi. Like I've not finished Far Cry 6, and I've never, even though I've played, Rayman Legends and stuff like that. But I joined the chat just to say, well, I wonder how these personalities are doing on the streaming services, and I've always had a laugh just tuning in, or PurpleHaze. I love tuning into what she's actually tuning in from, like Tomb Raiders to Friday Night at Freddy's and stuff like that. And even though it's not games that I would play, some are, I remember just being captivated by your personalities and experiences, how you're having with the service. Because when you're having a great experience, I think I'm having the same experiences with you, and it blows my mind how we're all sort of creating this.
Right, it's like that's how I felt. Like I'm like, everybody's complaining. I'm like, what are you're lying. I'm playing it. I'm experiencing it. You guys are lying. And then when I hear, like you were saying, you tune into certain people, and it's like it's all of a sudden there's this connection there.
And do you know what, LoFi? What really pains me about the Stadia community is, years before Stadia, it was always about the biggest GPU, the biggest TV, the biggest XYZ. And when Stadia came along, we realized that we could play on a multitude of devices across portable, and it was more accessible and visible to a cost range.
All kinds of. Man,
I can't believe that when we were speaking about this, a lot of people were like, yeah, but it doesn't define gaming. I'm like, well, it's important to actually realize that we do cater a gaming space, and I feel like that's a shame that we've actually lost this sort of, because to me, family sharing across 6 family members and inspiring a young gaming is actually pains me that I was sort of inspiring gamers, even though I was the leading gamer, and now losing this and losing these curated games on Pro really actually pains me, should I say. And I'm like, I'm never going to get this feature back anytime soon. And I'm like, these young gamers could have stepped out the norm of going, do you own a PlayStation 5? Do you own a Series X? Which was a cost to their parents. And I feel like we all could have evolved in the gaming space. And there was great personalities that were leading this, from mothers, aunties, uncles, fathers, and just gamers in general, that could have helped us this messaging. And I feel like now, losing Stadia, I feel like we've just lost the biggest messaging going forward in cloud space.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are pointing out the lack of advertising, that, that's something that everybody complained about during the thing, and I don't know if that would have changed anything. There's no tell.
Well, I feel like, even
like I said, it's all speculation, right?
I feel like if Google presented this messaging of the cloud space, I feel like the general consumer was not ready for cloud streaming. I think the general
there was like the habits of a gamer is totally different. Yeah,
they barely consume Netflix. Moving from DVD, Blu-ray to Netflix. These are the people that Google was trying to captivate, and they could have presented it well, and it just hit the messaging wrong, should I say. Optically, I've seen people on many gaming communities that said, oh, cloud's crap, and I just thought and thinking to myself, if you never played it, you never played the free trials, you never decided to sign up without credit cards, you would never know. And these are the ones that were stuck boasting in their ways of how they consumed. But you know what? In 10 years, these gamers are going to be like us. they're going to be like, oh, I can't believe it worked. And they're going to look maybe back on YouTube videos and see all these cloud videos and go, oh, how did it work for them? And that's how I feel with Stage, and I feel like on live in the past, I should say.
Well, this question is open to all of you guys. What do you guys think about that? Maybe everyone thought that cloud gaming coming in the way, at least the way Google presented it, was going to be way more disruptive to the game industry than it. Not saying that it wasn't disruptive, but I think.
Well, I feel
people
like
thought there was going to be more of a shakeup.
I'm going to jump in here. Without Stadia, without Google's influence, Microsoft would never made that statement that their rivals would have been likes of Google, for example. So I feel like Stadia shook the boat, shook the industry, and that what made the likes of Microsoft to do acquisitions and potential cloud services to shape their potential in gaming. And then I realized Stadia probably went, oof, we can't compete with these billions and Xbox influencers, and that's where they step back. So I feel like, Stadia did help all boats to rise, but they couldn't compete with the messaging going forward, which is a shame. But I feel like if Stadia didn't come into the game space, we wouldn't have a lot of these services going forward.
See, and this is like what Suna says here. It's sad because people don't even realize how good Stadia was. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of the quote unquote Stadia haters who did the videos after the announcement, and the big takeaway I got was that they would just complain. They would state their complaints about Stadia, and those are neither here nor there. That,
do you know what? Do you know what I loved
but
about
they would always say that the platform was solid.
Do you know what I hated about the naysayers like 3 years ago? Is they could brag about the best displays, the best hardware, but they never ever considered about the best internet infrastructure. And when they actually run a game, it was like, well, how come you're not optimizing your house in a streaming home automated world, should I say? So when they played the game, they realized, oh, the stage it was a crap 12 seconds delay on Destiny 2, and then there was us casual gamers going, well, we've got zero latency, and it was how they were sort of realized that they were not optimizing their households and their devices, but they were trying to sell us the best XYZ in devices. And then we sort of just conned on, we just sort of committed to realizing that if we sort of just following on our own experiences, that we can actually have these great experiences with lower, input, low costs, low, input, should say.
Yeah. So, I don't want to forget the Mortal Kombat thing. Perp, do you want to tell everybody exactly, just in case they didn't catch what was going on, what's happening with Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, so I just been listening to Holtz. Holtz, I can listen to you for hours.
Yeah, he's got that voice.
No, please don't.
But yeah, so we're no longer doing a tournament, no longer doing giveaways, no longer doing prizes for the tournament. We had several organizers as well as participants drop out for in obvious reasons. But with that said, we're still going to do an event, and it's going to be similar to what I did during the Stadia Day back in like April or May, where it's like King of the Hill. We're going to do that for several hours to figure out who's the champion at the end of the day, and just really celebrate that bond and yeah. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right way to go with it.
I've actually played games in the past where we have titles like King of Fighters of Tekken and stuff like that, and I just want to see the King of Stadia. That's all I want. I want to just see bragging rights, and it's not about, even though money and glorification actually meant something going forward. I just want to see personalities coming forward and just said, he was here, and this is how we experienced with other fans, should I say. And that's what I would love to tune in and actually see.
David Wilson, King in the North.
We'll see.
It's
I think
King of the
there's
North.
still gonna
No,
be
I don't know.
some pretty
It's
solid
Champion
players.
Eternal.
We're gonna still see some pretty solid players there, but yeah, it was just a decision from the organizers, and actually, I think I don't think anybody was really about the prizes and stuff, and I don't want it to be a sour taste in anyone's mouth. Like, like if they don't want to play, they don't want to play. But if it's someone else who wants to play and they just want, the cool thing about Mortal Kombat, it has what is it? Crowd play. So you can just put the link there in chat and it just goes. So, or right underneath chat. I think that's where it sits. And so yeah.
And do you know what I love about it? I've actually tuned into loads of videos on creators where they've actually they've done practice on Mortal Kombat 11 to actually get ready for the tournament. And they admitted, I'm on a learning curve here, but I'm actually going to progress in this tournament. And I've just actually been thinking to myself, the underdog, the big hitters. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know who I would want to win. I mean, there's one person that I would like to win for bragging rights, but I thought to myself, this tournament is going to be amazing to actually showcase the personality, should I say, and I hope it all goes along where we can sort of laugh and giggle.
Spill the beans. Who do you want to win?
Right, I never wanted Cowboy to win. Right,
nobody wants Cowboy to win.
I never wanted the guy to win, but when he painted the target, because I've seen like Mr. Evenwell, I've seen Rose Kenobi, I've seen Ninja Guy X, I've seen loads of like really great talented fighting game people. I'm not saying that there's not people out there in the community that couldn't adapt to their playing styles, but they're the ones that sort of I go to. So Project Storm, stuff like that, and
yeah,
Cowboy putting a target on his back, I thought to myself, that is true Mortal Kombat style. So if someone beated him, someone would have got a free game. Him or her would have got a free game.
Sure what you mean.
Exactly. And I thought to myself, it would just be perfect if Cowboy could just... Because if you ever played Mortal Kombat 7 or 8, there was a guy called Blaze on the top of the pyramid who sort of bragged and boasted they were the ultimate fighter. And I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if we all tried to get that free game? We all tried to challenge Cowboy and he whipped everyone's backside. So I thought to myself, just for glory and spite, I thought to myself, that is true Mortal Kombat fashion, even though I thought to myself, it's not something who I wanted to win because there was loads of prize funds, but I thought to myself, it'll be perfect for him just to come on and we would want to win. And imagine he came on and went, your souls are mine, and we would all be like, no, Cowboy, please don't take it. And then it would just been...
It could still happen. I still think, actually the cool thing is for the tournament, if you filled out the form, and a couple of y'all, Ron Slusher's on there. Y'all don't know Ron Slusher is actually one of the top seeds in Mortal Kombat for the tournament. There was about 3 or 4 people who were top seeds. So it's kind of interesting to see some of them who would filter through the practice rounds, like Ninja Guy Dex did some, Nads and Chat Stay did some. And I'm hopeful that some of them will still stay in the tournament because the thing that I thought was going to be really cool is about half of the tournament, 16 players were content creators. You knew who they were. Another 8 people were like really like kind of, you see them in chat, right? Ron Slushers and that group of people. But then there was like 8 people that were like, you just didn't know who they were. And then you find out that one of them was like, there was a Spanish tournament and they won that. There was a German champion and he was in the tournament. And so it's just so cool to see like
wow,
all these people.
Well, I was on a panel, Purple, and actually someone said, imagine Holtz won it and he just slides it in and just boasted about winning. And I was like, that'd be perfect. But I know actually that I would love to see like Mr. Bayron Plays and Mr. Urban World, the people that I actually spoke to in chat over the years. And I'm thinking to myself, wouldn't it be amazing if they won? That they weren't content creators as such as... I know Mr. Bayron Plays actually records footage, but I remember thinking to myself, there's sort of home advantage that I would want to cheer with, and there's people that I sort of see across many fighting games that I think to myself, this is amazing. But like I said, it's opinions, and that is why I feel like the Mortal Kombat 11 would have brought us all together just to actually have a clear winner, and I hope it actually does actually bring us forward.
I think it is. I think it is going to be a clear winner. I mean, there's still sways to I mean, like y'all heard kind of the way I was going to set it up before. It was going to take, it was going to be like kind of Sports Center with different matches going on, and we're going to be tuning into different screens. But I think we can still do it, and I think there will be a clear winner, because I do think there's actually there's one person particularly who's not really popular in the community, but he's a very good player.
So what was that, Purple? Odds on favourite? Are you saying? I'll put a bet and slip
We'll see when the tournament starts. I think we're going to still have the commentary. So
yeah.
And,
I mean,
we're still gonna
I've been joining a lot of people's streams, and I've been saying to a lot of people, I would never win a Mortal Kombat tournament, but I wish I could say to like Obi Rose, come over here, uppercut, Toasty, and I would clip every uppercut I would do to every one of you. I would actually keep that as history, gaming history. So I was like, there's Purple, there's Obi Rose, there's Cowboy, there's LoFi, and I would keep that as my prized possession. And that's all I care about. It doesn't matter if you beat me. That's all I care.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to watch everybody brutalize each other and talk shit.
And do you know what I've actually found funny? Know if anyone does a friendship or a babe-tality or a sort of revenge come back into the playlist, I thought that would be the best ever show. Just to have that, and I thought of, because we're expecting it to be gruesome, but imagine someone just went friendship. We were like,
friendship.
Oh,
No, we want the finisher.
Yeah, so
I mean, there's still a way to play it. There's still a play. Look, like if y'all remember, this is what I'm going to say for anybody. If you remember that stream I did back in May or April, I don't know what day it was. Cowboy stayed at the top there for a second. There's still a chance to win and be the top of the person. We're gonna go for a while. We're gonna go to the point to where it is basically the champion will be known. There will be no one else who thinks they can beat this person.
Right on.
And if I still think it still gets you to the I mean, what is the movie with Jet Li? He has a couple of them like that where it's like he's the last one standing fighting, but we're still gonna do something like you said, and we're still gonna do this event, before I change my channel to a beauty blog like the rest of my friends, and do a hair. No, I'm joking. I'm not that type. But
I was sort of agreeing with you, but then I realized I don't know how I'm gonna lead into that one.
No, I didn't want to put you in a hard spot there, Holt, anyway. But
I mean, I was just on a panel with you before, and I was like, I can't wait to see Purple's Pikmin 4 and Zelda Tears the Kingdom, and you just said makeup. I was like,
I don't know. I don't know if I will do a Pikmin. I think that's gonna be. Even if Stadia had survived, I was not gonna do a Pikmin.
No, you. I think like everyone on this discussion, LoFi and Purple, we have to evolve, and I think you're great personalities that you could captivate your experiences. I mean, you've done, especially Purple, you've done loads of interviews where from start to finish you laughed and joked with the community, and I feel like the evolution of saying in future games could be there in sort of podcasts and personality going forward. And I think to myself, I would love to tune in to hear Pikmin 4 sort of Zelda or LoFi. I would love to hear like the new Assassin's Creed or whatever take on Ubisoft. And I feel like I tune in for the personalities, not because of the service. And I feel like there is plenty of room to grow.
Yeah.
No, I think I'll still I think I said this yesterday, right? And I've been telling already exists this in LoFi. We've talked a couple of times today already. I'm still gonna do horror games. Like, it's not a genre I play by myself, but I will play with everybody else, and it's something that naturally kind of brings out emotion. Like, I'm the type of person, if you take me somewhere and we're gonna watch a horror game, I have to talk through it or watch a horror movie.
Dead Space remake in January.
No, there's a bunch of them I'm gonna probably be giving a chance to. So I'm gonna probably do Five Nights at Freddy's. Maybe do one more Stadia horror one. I'll still play Stadia before it. I'm gonna play it out. I gotta beat a bunch of different games before stream.
You already did Quarry, right?
I did, but I don't feel like Quarry is like. It's kind of a weird one. It's like too much like.
Yeah.
Like, I like watching people to play the Quarry, but for me, it's too much reading.
That sucks. Yeah.
I know to a lot of us, January the 18th is going to be a very dark day, but I can't wait to see all these streams of the last staging standing. I'm literally going to tune in just to see, and I'll be. I know a lot of like the state community is. The state community is such great in like sort of charity streams or been promoting the state community, but I can't just wait seeing the 18th of January to see who's the last person standing. And it might be big, it might be small, but I would just love to see how we sort of go out with grace. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah,
I'm riding till the wheels fall off, guys. I'm serious. I got games to play, so I don't know if I'll finish Far Cry 6. I got too many games to play, to be honest with you. So
you're not going to transfer them over to?
I'm going to try to play. I'm going to try other Well, I got all this time to play Stadia still with all these games, so I'm going to chill with that while I'm looking around for where I'm going next. But
I've got Dragon Quest XI. I've finished the main storyline, but I've not finished the game, and I feel like I've invested so much that I don't want to let it go. And I feel like the next 3 months, I feel like this is the time I should just finish the extra like hundreds of hours.
I can understand that
for side quests, and then continue it over. And the games that I sort of bought on Stadia, I've still got like Final Fantasy 15 that I've done great on, Yeast games, and the Trials games, and I feel like that even though I've done the main story, I feel like that I do not want to lose these saves. So I feel like if I can invest in it, and I mentioned this on a podcast the other day, I pre-ordered, and I was bragging about it for months, of FIFA 23. And I feel like this news came out a day too early, because I felt like if I got FIFA 23 on a pre-order and then I got it refunded in January, I would have been over the moon. But I feel like the pre-order got cancelled and I've lost FIFA. And I'm like, oh my God, that would have been perfect as a sort of case or whatever will be.
Yeah. Hey, though, I'm with Maker of Chaos on that Fatal Frame. That would be a great game to see Perp play.
Yeah, I'll play. I mean, if y'all watch me stream, I don't really showcase like if you know what Stadia looks like, I'm playing on Stadia, but it's not like I ever say Stadia, in the title. So I think I'll definitely give the titles for sure a thought. The only issue with Zelda, like those games are things I really enjoy, and so that's like a 150 hour game. So maybe not that one, but
Holt said he wants to finish Dragon Quest. Is there a game on Stadia that you're wanting to finish before it closes?
I think there's just games I know I won't finish. I think for me, a lot of what I play on Stadia is with other people, and so I just want to make sure.
Play the hell out of Guilt, guys.
And that's mad respect. That's totally mad respect for people, But to me, with Stadia, I always invest into Stadia games that I knew if it was on the PlayStation 5 or Series X that I would delete. And the idea of having it on stage, and I could just pick up a controller and add a few hours while I'm listening to podcasts, especially games that don't actually involve me listening to narrative story, actually helps me more the better. And that is where Stadia helped me, FIFA's, grids, and stuff like that. It actually made me get well above the average consumer gamer. So I was hitting 200 hours in grid.
Wow.
Yeah, and people are like, oh my God, Holtz, what are you doing hitting that platinum level? And I was like, I'm not that good. I was just listening to other people playing.
Just
and
put in the time, yeah.
Yeah, I put the time in, and it was just a good thing. So if I could have done that with FIFA or Dragon Quest 11 or Yeast 8 and 9, I feel like that slow grind added up over time, where I could go over these open worlds, not focus on the story narrative, but sort of grind to level up. And that's what helped me tuning into personalities while leveling up in games. And that what Stadia was to me.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I just honestly, without direct streaming, I'll be honest, I really don't know what my next step is, guys. But I'm going to figure something out.
We're talking about the YouTube direct streaming? Is that how you captivated your...
Yeah.
LoFi, we're gonna make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If
we're gonna figure it out.
If the chat can, I think the community, someone told me this yesterday, like the part of a community is you both give, and you give to the community and the community gives back to you, right? And so if you can reach us like half the way, we're definitely going to take you more than half the other way. That's all I'm going to tell you like that. So there's still there's a lot of time left. That's all.
Yeah.
We're going to figure it out.
I mean, I know I'll figure something out, but I mean, I guess what I'm getting at is, as of right now, I don't know. I really don't know. I need to start pushing the limits of what I am capable of, or what I have right now, and seeing what I can do.
LoFi, is it a game on your Stadia backlog that you've pushed away, but you need to finish before January?
Far Cry 6.
Far Cry 6. I've seen you play Far Cry 6. Yeah, it is a big game. It is a.
I've just been doing it so slow and getting sidetracked and everything else. But I don't know if I even care to finish it, because I had SPG was kind enough to do his family share with me, and I already had a lot of games, but after that it doubled. Like, I have over 200 games, and it because of him. So I have a ton of games that I haven't played yet or tried yet that I'm really interested in. I mean, there's so many good games like Control and things like that I know I'm not going to be able to play to completion. I know I probably could finish Guild, and isn't that a Stadia exclusive?
No, it moved somewhere else, didn't it?
Did it? That's good.
Guild
That's good.
and Far Cry. Yep, as soon as right on that, Far Cry is going to do that, and yeah, we'll be okay.
Yeah, I need to try out Luna again, and I don't
Here's
know.
a question.
See,
Go ahead.
they're not going to hit the mark. I mean, what Stadia done, even with their messing up the 4K 60, I believe they were the best service to give me these high demands. I know T-Force now offer me 3080, but they didn't offer me close to the games that I was after, but not as more as Stadia. So I know a lot of people are trying to say Stadia failed, but I could literally name 30 games. And you're like, you bought 30 games in 3 years? I'm like, well, it was a great service. And who else would actually buy this adaptation rate to a service or a platform, unless, in my mind, was PlayStation, not PlayStation, Switch, for example? and I feel like it was an amazing service, and I didn't notice any difference, and that is what I'm going to lose. And I can't believe that all the messaging that you guys have said, we've all said over the years, it's just going to be diluted by all the negativity going forward of people who never tried it, and that's going to be a shame because I hope Stadia was influential across
Oh,
the
yeah.
gaming space, but they hit the mark because of X, Y, Z reason, and yeah, we're going to be a memory, and that's all it is.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good memory though. I mean, it's like it's from what I can tell, the whole. I mean, not like I'm close to anybody there, but from what I can see, all the evidence seems to show that the Stadia team was blindsided by all this. So, it was really just like kind of out of nowhere in a way, you know.
I mean, I can lose the community, I can lose the games, but if I hear that Google sort of dissed the developers and the industry, it's going to pain me more. If they sold them the carrot and it never hit, going forward, and I don't believe this, of course, I feel like that, Google's done right with me with refunds, and I'm pretty sure they've given the licenses to the likes of developers of the Lost Words and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they're going to give the licenses back to express themselves going forward, and I believe that is well done, Google. But if I hear something negative, I wouldn't be happy. But
I will say that Google, out of all the companies at least, is notorious for when they mess up that they do, whether it's their employees, whether it's their partners, the customer, they do right by them. And we're already seeing the devs come up and say, hey, my account manager has asked me how much do I need to be reimbursed for the time on the platform. There was several articles about Stadia Pro games that were going to get launched in November. So if you can guide us to see all the way up to March. So they were planning several months out, and
I mean, that's perfect because I was naming games like Midnight Sun, X Defiance, Des Island 2. So I hope Google reached out and just said, listen, I know you developed for us, but here's a little bit of compensation pay.
No, they're definitely developed. They're asking them for the. It actually was. You can go look it up right now if you want to see it. Axios had the article, and a couple of others had it, where the devs, several different devs, were talking about Stadia reached out directly to ask what's the estimate of your expenses to port that you put into porting the game over, and if it's any, they do have experience with this with YouTube, YouTube Originals. When they shut down the YouTube internal studios, and they allowed people to walk with that IP, and some of that was Emmy award-winning IP, right? What is it? Cobra Kai.
Yeah, it ended up on. It's still around.
Yeah, and so we saw this when they closed Stadia Games and Entertainment. They let the people walk back with their IP and the projects they were working on. So I think that's gonna happen. But yeah, still sucks.
Yeah. Well, just so you guys know out there, first of all, thanks for coming and joining us. I put a link in chat. It's pinned if you want to join the conversation. And yeah, Primo, you can share your screen with Restream. But yeah, I mean, just because the Stadia is going to be closing its doors doesn't mean we're not going to have a way to hang out with each other still. I mean, one way is to subscribe and follow your favorite YouTubers, creators, whatever. Join their Discords, and also, the Stadia Discord. BB had posted that it was going to stay open and active as long as people were in there. So.
I know this is going to sound sad, but I've said it on many panels. can't let it go for the subscribers. Once I've subscribed to a channel, I feel like I've got to know the personality, how they project in gaming, and it doesn't just have to be Stadia or games that I actually like. I actually fine tune myself to their humor or takes on the industry. And I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, well, Stadia's dead. I'm going to let go of these Stadia creators. And I'm like, well, they're not just Stadia creators. They're people in gaming. And I feel like what I say is like, I'll be there till literally the end of the channels that I've already subscribed to. Because, like I said,
well, you know, some people are just going to be bitter, you know.
And of course, and you know, it's going to be a shame losing them. But I feel like that what actually picked me up in the chat or on the stream is, you know, better for my game experience, your game experience, your stream experience. So I feel like, great, if that's what you want to feel. We're going to lose. Well,
some like numbers, Rock said, this isn't on us. I mean, this is all on Google. We didn't do this. We don't have anything to do with what decisions they make.
Yeah, and it's a shame that we're not going to, you know, I believe there's so many good people out there that are not going to attack the developers, not going to attack Google, and not going to actually attack the Stadia creators. And I feel like over time we're going to evolve, and I bet money we're going to see each other in a year's time in chat with a lot of people. And I feel like that's the spirit of Stadia is going to live with us, even though we're not going to use the key term spirit of Stadia.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think everything's gonna pan out in the end. I mean, we had some good times. We met some good people. I've got a lot of good friends out of this, and you know, I'm definitely gonna be following my favorites. You know, shout out to SPG, Squids, Poor Scars Gaming, the you know, Rock, Perp, all you guys. So Primo, Ray, you know, you better bring your ass back here. You better click that link. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just
I mean, to me as a UK person, using American streamers, a sort of my go-to relaxing therapy stream at the end of the night. And a lot of people's like, Holt, why are you doing up at 1, 2 o'clock? I'm like, using my therapy go-to of just listening to your opinions. So I've tuned into Primo, and I've watched him play games where he's doing like deep diving and, you know, scuba diving in a world on Luna. I've tuned into yours or Purple's, and I thought to myself, it's therapeutic just for me to end the night and listen to what the other parts of the world is actually tuning into the gaming experience. Where, to me, I know a lot of UK streamers, and I can captivate or join in with them at a certain time, but the American audience, or sort of if it was the Eastern audience, sort of eludes me. So I feel like it's good to actually hear opinions and takes all around the world. And that's what I actually like about the community, that we're all from different cultures, takes and opinions in gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. You find out you have more in common with people than you think you would.
I mean, I was sitting there saying on a stream that, to me, I love games. But sadly, I mean, not sadly, because I'm not going to apologize for it, but when I actually hear people say, I'm a grown man and love anime, and I love these stuff, like, I'm like, they relate to me. I'm like, yes, I can't believe there's other people out there that love this take, that just is not just on gaming, but it's movies and other media. And then when I tuned into like Ninja Guy X and Dad Plays Games, and they were talking about music, and I'm thinking to myself, I can't believe that they're actually resonating with my personality of gaming. And I thought to myself, I'm happily that Stadia community actually brought us together, that now we're not just talking about the game, we're talking about everything. And I thought that was amazing.
I don't know who this KC is.
Hello, can you hear me?
Galen 4381 is Casey.
Oh, okay.
Hello,
So,
can you guys hear
welcome
me?
to the show. Yeah, what's up, Ray?
None. I was actually watching Jeff do the carrying in the clouds. Like, oh wait a minute. Wait. Oh, dude, let me hop on LoFi. So here I am.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Here
still
I am.
going. Okay, cool. I didn't know what they were doing. I thought Rudigs was going to be joining the show because
He's playing Red Dead Redemption with Jeff.
oh, okay, yeah, guys. They're doing a charity stream right now. So if you feel like checking them out or donating to the charity, please go see Jeff and Rudigs. Yeah, I didn't know how they scheduled that thing. I don't know. So my show ended up overlapping with them. So, yeah, man, welcome to the show. What you got? What are your thoughts, man?
I'm actually a little bit calmer now, man, because I'm not, like I said, when I first heard, I punched the wall.
You're going through the stages.
Because that's before I didn't even read the statement. I just heard that it was closing, and I got mad. I punched the wall. I said this can't be true. So then I hopped on. I started looking, and I saw Clive's statement, and then some people I haven't heard for 3 years going in my phone. I told you, Cloud is dead and Stadia is dead, and
Squid, you better click that link too.
Well, I'm just glad that Ray punched a plasterboard or Slate Street. If he actually punched a brick wall, I'll be actually concerned for him. But if he punched,
but you know what, man? I mean, you got it. There's Google, there's Stadia, there's devs, there's other teams. A lot of people, like I in my DMs, somebody that worked at I'll just put he does some work for a certain company. He said we got side blinded, right? We didn't see it coming. And I'm like, damn, what you gonna do? He's like, I just don't know. So there was a lot of devs, and my heart and my prayers go out to them. That people did not know, man. They were working on games that were supposed to be coming November, October, and they got sidelined. I'll be honest, that's pretty bad business. And as far as us, I was getting ready to click on FIFA 23 that morning. I almost bought it. And
Ray, I actually wanted to buy the Ultimate Edition, but I realized I'm too cheap, and I thought to myself, wait till Friday, and I'll play that. And it's good to actually hear you doing exactly the same, and I can't believe that we were actually looking forward. I mean, I'm a Liverpool fan, Ray's a Man City fan, and I can't believe
I can't wait for the game tomorrow.
This is a game that we sort of believed that would have projected Stadia going forward in our play styles, and it just didn't hit. Shame.
But there's a lot. When you start reading the articles and stuff, there was money. The meta, they're hurting too. They're laying off a lot of people. There's a lot going in on it. The co-creator of Stadia, he actually donated. My goal for my charity was $100. They actually, the Stadia team donated the $100. I already made my goal, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh wow!
Good people, man. Like the Stadia, the people that did the tech. I don't care what anybody says. That's one of the best gaming techs ever. And it's just heartbreaking, man.
Yeah.
But
welcome to the show. Hashtag.
Yeah, what's going on? Hashtag.
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's going, man. It's going. It burns. It burns right now.
I know, man. I know. Yeah. Like
it's
Ray,
not even like I was saying. It's not even the
feeling
platform
sick,
of the games. It's the
left.
friends.
Yeah. For sure.
But yeah, man. What?
Color?
Go ahead.
Color 6. Oh my! What? All the hours he put in Red Dead Redemption 2. He made a heartfelt letter like, please don't close it down or help me transfer my hours and my time.
Well, welcome to the Showmaker of Chaos. But yeah, I mean, go ahead. Hashtag. Tell me, like, What was your first feelings when you heard the news?
Good God. Oh, disbelief. I heard it. Well, probably a lot of people, or most people, most of us at least, that are like hardcore, and it was just the day itself. Like I posted on Twitter the day itself at 8 a.m. I literally posted that I don't think my feelings about Stadia were like about the platform. Hot Wheels had just dropped. Yeah, is better than the Luna port. And I love Luna, obviously, but that port on Stadia, I was just like sky high, and then wow.
I saw John playing it. It looks beautiful. I mean, it's one of those things when the news dropped, you were like, Stadia's dead, ha 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 ha. Like, you're so used to hearing it that you were just like, kind of almost wanted to blow it all.
Would you say as content creators you've got sort of a backlash? Do you think you are actually receiving a lot of negativity of like the last 2 days?
I know some people have. I haven't, I think I'm pretty obvious that it's just an opinion.
I'm on Cloud Nation TV with some guys, and they were pretty cool about it. And I've had some people reach out that left the Stadia, but were my friends and were cool about it. But I mean, if you guys know my content, I stream on everything, and because I love gaming, and but Stadia, I did probably about 98% of my stuff in my gaming with Stadia. But it's just what really hurts though? It is the people that I met that I know don't have the consoles and don't have the other options. This is how we met. I mean, there's times we were just on the party chat, just talking,
Yeah.
And that's the friendships that I'm gonna hopefully try and keep friendships with a bunch of people. That's the part that sucks, man.
My bad, Casey. I was about to come to you too. But Maker, before I get to Squids, what was your initial thoughts when you heard the news?
Honestly, I didn't see it coming. I always thought maybe they were probably going to integrate it, and that was my worst case scenario. I've said that multiple times. I don't think it was going to die. So I'm disappointed in that. And I almost immediately started thinking of a lot of the good times that I did have, the Ray streams that I go to and play, Wreckfest and play PUBG.
Yeah.
And just the times that I had. I know a lot of people consider me to be a hater, but I playing Crata when that dropped and that being an exclusive was some of my favorite times on Stadia. Yeah. And with your boy Twiz, which he stopped content creation for a while. And I actually recently met up with him in person and hung out with him. And that friendship has continued and is still there. And I'm hoping there's a lot of Stadia friends that continue on, have these communities, and enjoy everybody's company.
Maker, I have to say, where was the actually vlog of you and Twiz? I mean, Twiz one of my favorite Stadia creators before he actually...
Amazing videos. Amazing videos.
I thought it was amazing, so I wish I could see Maker and Twiz together. That would have been perfect.
I'm in a few of them, especially all the Crata streams that he did where he was covering content. I was there doing that with him. But for me,
no, I'm trying to say, he said face to face. You met up with him. I thought, wow.
No, I didn't do that. I do have a couple of photos, but it was a blast.
I'm not sure
Squids.
how long my phone's gonna last. Your question about the content creators hearing some negative comments and stuff. I mean, I'm not big of a content creator myself. I just do a lot of shorts, but I feel like I do have a pretty good pulse on other content creators. And I know I have heard John has heard some negative things. I've heard that Clive had heard some people. I've heard that Sonny was just talking about on his live stream that he had quite weeding through, mostly positive. But I mean, I just want to say that I think it's really continue to support people like LoFi, people like Clive, people like that are in Rock, that are in the meantime right now trying to decide what they're going to do. Luna's not available in their region yet, based on the fact that they haven't got their rebate yet. Everybody to continue to support. Please support financially and with clicks and likes. All of your. Let's try to keep this alive.
Well, I can
Yo,
tell you right
and you
now,
know, you already know you better click that link up there, bro.
I can tell you
You
right
already know.
now, Rock, we gonna move on because we've already talking about what we're gonna be doing in the future. You know, because at the end of the day, we love gaming. We have other platforms. We're gonna be okay. We're already planning stuff now, so we'll be all right. And as far as the MMTKs and the Clives, if it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't even be doing what I'm doing because they influenced me. I influenced others, and that's how this community grown. And I'm gonna keep. I love like a family. I love those guys, and so yeah, we're gonna be all right.
Well, I feel
Well,
like
one of y'all brought up that, like, do I feel like the audience maybe thinks that, like, I misled them or anything like that? It was something to that effect, but it's like, nah, like,
bro, let me tell you, you had people working on stuff like
they were in the middle of it. Yeah.
Can you imagine being married for 35 years and then somebody just turning to you and say, you know what, I want a divorce? That's how I was, man. Like, everything was good, and then all of a sudden, boom, it ended like that.
But yeah, shout out to MM2K who's in the chat right now. Like I was saying, yeah, you need to click that link and hop in here and chat with this man. Dude, I want to know.
Have you guys already?
Go ahead. What's up?
About the rumors. Have you guys talked about the rumors of Ubisoft knowing ahead of time?
Of Ubisoft? No, we hadn't gotten to that yet.
All right.
What are your thoughts on it?
I'm a little suspicious of Ubisoft, maybe, but I don't think, like, you know, I don't think. I think there's tons of game devs that had no idea whatsoever. A little suspicious about Ubisoft,
Right.
And you wonder whether
I mean,
or not they've got like a backdoor deal set up for Scalar to be run on Google.
It's just with all of it, it was like I was saying earlier. It's all with the way it is, the way it ended, and everything. It's all speculation until we know, we don't know.
Well, sadly, I'm not going to subscribe to any other cloud platform going forward until I trust you guys. You guys are going to be sort of the presentation going forward.
Yeah.
When I trust all you guys, girls, on all media platforms. And I've said this on other panels where I feel like, because you're the creators, I will follow your lead. So if Ubisoft said they're going to bring a cloud platform out, I would love to see your approach first before I actually click on it going forward, because I feel like I've been early adopters on a lot of things, but I feel like I can't always be the early adopter if I'm not a creator, should I say. So I'm always looking forward to seeing as the whole community perceives services coming forward.
Yeah.
I have a good relationship with Luna and GeForce now, so I'm still gonna be in the clouds, man. I'm still be in the clouds, and I'm still gonna be playing on PC, and I'm just gonna be gaming, man. At the end of the day, it's
I
all
personally,
gaming.
I can't see myself going back to hardware. I'm not sure though. I really don't know what the future holds for me. That's the problem here. So but
Yeah.
at least for
But
me,
I am before I pull out my credit card to do something that comes out new. I'm gonna wait to see how the company treats its employees and what the company does and stuff like that. I'm gonna wait.
Exactly. I mean, I'm custody this generation, but I do not want a PlayStation 6. I don't want a Series Y. I can't see myself in like 5 years talking about the same stuff. I mean,
look,
I'm
you already know. I second exactly what you're saying there. And to top it off, Stadia brought me back to gaming. I gotta be honest with you, bro. There's nothing new in gaming since Xbox 360. There's no new experience. There's nothing that's different. It's just
What about
bigger graphics.
What if hashtag media guy has a contest and sends Lo-Fi Monk a Luna controller and
Then a Lo-Fi Monk might have to invest his time in some Luna.
All right.
Hey, man, I'm playing FIFA 23.
You might talk me into it.
I'm playing FIFA.
Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal with my real quick. If everybody was the one that told me, "Hey, man, just jump in." It's $20.
Yeah.
I bought a Fire Stick for $20 on eBay. I bought a controller for $30 on eBay, Amazon. But you know, there's plenty of them on eBay, and they're barely used.
Oh wow.
They're all around $30. I just set up both my kids with Fire Sticks and controllers, and
let me say this, Lo. I'm gonna be honest with you. To answer the question, I don't think I'm gonna touch anything unless it's PlayStation or Xbox, because they got a big brand name. And for me, I'll be back into the Stone Ages with consoles before I go into another somebody else new getting into the cloud.
So stability is what you're saying.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Unless it's like a Luna, right, where it's just a subscription, so it doesn't hurt nobody. You pay, you get all those games, but another company that say, hey, you could buy your games in the cloud, which I thought was Stadia's best selling point for me.
I like that.
But guess what happened? Now I'm able to buy my games in the cloud, and if they go under, then I just lost my games and my game saved. So for me, I know PlayStation and Xbox got that big name. So
in case everybody doesn't know, you can't, just for those who don't know, you can still get your game saves, and like thankfully they're giving us refunds.
Yeah, but I can't. I can only take my game saves to PC. I don't play on PC.
But it's not always the case. I mean, like Sue was telling me you can bring your game saves to Luna in some games.
Yeah.
See, the problem with Cowboy is the same problem with me. It's like that. We're gonna play God of War Ragnarok, and we're gonna play, say, Marvel Wolverine next year. And by the time it hits cloud 4 years later, we're gonna be like, oh well, it was a thing, but it was old to us.
Right.
And we're gonna look back of how we played, like Cowboy played Marvel Avengers, or like played Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And say it's not gonna be new to us, but of course in 5 years' time, when people are bragging about it, where it's going to be new to them, but we're going to be the minority, of course, by says, well, this is where it could have been years ago if optically people joined in.
But yeah, I wasn't trying to make a point or anything. I was just, you reminded me that you can get your game saves, as long as you get them before the shutdown. But I want to ask you this, Cowboy, but let me get to Squids first because he's been here a minute. Squids, 2 questions. First, what was your first impressions when you heard the news? And secondly, favorite community moment that comes to mind.
Okay. Well, what was I doing? I was at work. My work day, and then just on my lunch, and then I just checked the good old Twitter and saw the news. One guy tagged me. I forgot his name. It was like Corey something. He follows me. But shout out to him for letting me know on it. But yeah, I found out through that, and then it was definitely crushing. Just mainly because if you guys know my background and stuff, because it's like, for me, YouTube, that's literally how I make all the YouTube videos. If not, it's like a podcast. But that I was just immediately thinking of how I was going to be able to, recover with making content. But luckily, I still have my Twitch going and things like that, so it's not that bad for me. But I really just felt bad for mainly, like, again, like how you guys are saying, it was just like it felt like a long relationship, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, need you out of my house, we're getting a divorce. It's like, what? Okay. And they're just
Yeah, I've been
like,
telling everybody it feels like everybody's going to a new school and now we're all separated.
yeah, that type of thing. And it's just, I don't know, I had that feeling, and then I really felt bad again for mainly like the indie devs and all those people. Like, again, they're pouring their heart and soul into these games, and then even their resources into these games, and then all of a sudden to be like, hey, we were supposed to be releasing this November or in October, and then it's like, what's going on now? So it just was a pure decision from the top, which I'm used to that type of stuff. So it was kind of used to it because I've had it actually happen to me. I lost my job in something like this before, and not like this kind of situation, but in a telecommunication thing. So it happens, but it's just to have it happen in this kind of scale was I guess quite substantial, to say the least. But it's gonna take me a while to kind of get back into the vibe of things again, but still gonna keep gaming and not gonna stop that by any means. But definitely was just like almost.
What's this mean for your morning show? For those who are worried,
I don't know I think most people know what's going on with it, but it's gonna still be rolling until January, the end point, January 18th, and then we're gonna switch to my YouTube there, and then just do content there for the morning show, and then just the time might change depending on my schedule by that time. But if anything, still gonna be doing that by like each and every day, and still gonna have streams. Grind's not gonna stop. So it just really, I don't know how YouTube gameplay is gonna be done. It's just reviews and podcasts can still do, but it's just gameplay. That's the part that's gonna kind of lack, which not what I want, but it's whatever. Keep moving on.
So, favorite community moment, the first one that comes to mind.
Probably on like Stadia's, like either one of Stadia's birthdays. Like I think either on the second one or the first one. I think the second one we did the big, kind of like SBC stream thing. That was really fun to be a part of. And then Stadia was popping in the people's chats, and it was just it was a good time. And just that, and then really just the fellowship and everything that I have with everyone pretty much on this panel. So all the games that we've played and the times that we've had, but really just like the event. I guess you'd say all the big event streams. For like the Christmas one for SBC. If you haven't seen that, go back and check the VODs. But stuff like that, and just the Black History Month, the Women's History Month, the whole Stadia 100 marathon stream that we did just recently. That was awesome too. Or Stadia 1000. And then even the Stadia
the one that I was late to, that was hilarious.
Yeah. So, but stuff like that, just how it's able to really, like how Ray's been saying, it just pulls people together, and they're able to, from many different parts of the world. I mean, sure, it's not available everywhere, but you got people doing VPNs for some places, and then the places that do get it, we get to play with them and then not have to worry about downloads or updates or having this version or that version playing on this server or that server. It's just all together. So
yeah, man,
that's what I really liked.
It's gonna be missed, man.
Well, Squid's brought it home with content creators, hearing embers and stuff like that. And I've just pulled out a bottle that actually the starter Stadia, Stadia Arcadia, one of the first content creators I actually tuned into. I actually won a water bottle and a hoodie, and I would love to say that I remember years ago tuning into Stadia Arcadia's streams, and it was epic. Of course, he sort of moved on to other pastures, but I can still remember 3 years ago being that young Stadia enthusiast, and I remember all the creators I tuned into, and some actually won a prize too. So I just want to give bigs up to Stadia Arcadia.
Yeah, I want to give big ups to everybody in the chat, everybody that's on the panel. Like I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for interactions that I've had with each of you in some way, shape, or form. and that's all because of Stadia and cloud gaming. And anyway, I want to get to Cowboy. Your first impressions and first favorite Stadia community moment that comes to mind
So my first impressions of that day.
of the announcement.
Yeah. So I usually tune into Rock, but when I'm at work, I just kind of get to it when I could get to it. So I jumped on Rock's thing, and I had no clue. And everybody was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" I'm like, "What are they talking about?" Like, I didn't know if a new game was announced or something. But and Rock
I
was
noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
just
was
watched that replay and I saw when you came in chat and I was like, yeah, Cowboy didn't even know yet.
yeah, I was like, "Oh, the Cowboys in the building," and everybody was like, I was just like, "Wait, what?" I was so confused, and I seen Rock look on Rock's face, and he's reading something, and he was kind of like pausing. I'm like, because first of all, never in my wildest dream, right, did I think Stadia was good. Like I always said, like I have my grievances with the lack of games for me, but I always said, end of next year, I think they're gonna skyrocket with PurpleHaze because of low change porting. But yeah, that was my. And then I was like, wait, what? And then all of a sudden, my phone, I was getting texts, and people was hitting me up, DMs, everything you could think of, Discord, and I'm like, and I looked, and I was like, oh snap, and I'm like, all right, this can't be real. But I'm looking at Rock's face, and I'm switching over, and I'm seeing, and I was just like, oh, this is legit, and I'm like, it was a weird moment for me. And I'll say it again for your viewers. I said it on Purples, but legit, man. I got up from my desk, and the way I walked off, they was like, "Yo, you okay?" I was like, and the girls at my job, they all kind of like know about the Stadia thing. I always talk about it. I said that platform Stadia. It was like the Stadia thing. I was like, it just shut down. They was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, I gotta go. So I walked outside and I called my wife and I just said, listen, I gotta talk. And she was like, what's up? I was like, Stadia's closing. She's like, what? And good or bad, guys. I mean, especially a lot of people on here knew me a while ago, right? And man, I put time in. So for me, I legit had like a tear in my, like I was like, this isn't real. And I had to take it, like I couldn't sit at my desk. So that was my first impression. My favorite moment, man, and I thank Squid for bringing up a lot of the SBC stuff. Coolest thing for me, we was just like I always said, when you and Purple and y'all came in all polished, man. Me and Ray talking about each other moms, and we was a crazy bunch of like we wasn't polished at all.
I was getting ready to talk about my moment. My moment was when we did Stadia hype, when you came in dressed up as a Mortal Kombat ninja, or when we was talking about each other's
people miss that.
Talking about each other's mamas and stuff, and he was acting out with a stuffed animal.
I grabbed my daughter's stuffed animal, acting like it's Ray's mom. We're gonna leave that alone. Hey Ray, hold up, Ray.
Do you know we need a highlight reel?
But no,
I
gotta do this for Ray.
Hold up, yeah,
only Ray is gonna understand.
Yeah,
this.
I know, whatever. Yeah, you know what you can do with that. Hey, no, you know what was cool? You know what was cool with me was young people and older people when they wanted to join the SBC, and they never done any streaming. Yes. All right, there's a lot of people that are streaming that would never thought of doing it and being content creators, and now I see so many people that have grown and are doing it. But
well, my actual moment was, so we started doing the SBC, and it was just content creators, people just starting, never did it before, and it was just a band of misfits, right? And we felt we nailed the first one, right? And gotta always give credit to Eddie Player One. He was the anchor, right? So for me, Ray was the biggest thing. When I told Spectre, I'm getting that Ray Cyborg guy, he said he'll do it, right? So then Eddie was like, let me talk to my wife, and then last minute he said he could do it. So we had Eddie the second to last, right? Come on, and that was cool. But my highlight was the next one we put on. Lloyd, I never forget it. Lloyd from Nerd Nest said, I'll do it. And we were like, bro, he was the biggest act for us. And he still had the most amount of views out of anything we ever did for one individual show. And for me,
he gonna cry in the car.
It was me. It was a couple of crazy guys getting together, getting a bunch of content creators. And we was all like, all our channels were small, right? And Lloyd saying, I'll do it. And Nerd Nest, we all know Nerd Nest was like the top tier of like Stadia content creators. And Lloyd said, bro, I'll do it. And for me, it was like we persuaded this guy that could have been like, man. and it just felt like the SBC became real because we had like legit content creators. And then next thing the next one, we had everybody from Clive being a part of it, and you name it. And that Lloyd thing, to me, I'll never forget, man. I was like, wow.
Yeah, shout out to those guys, man. The main streamers, because they got to take a hit with this stuff. But I'm not gonna out anybody, but when I had first heard the news, I was like you. My phone was blowing up. I was busy. My hands were full. I couldn't really look at my phone, but I'm like, man, my phone is going crazy. So finally, when I got to a place, I looked and I see the whole Stadia shutting down. I'm like, I'm not. I'm putting my phone down. I was like, I'm waiting till I get home so I can sit down and focus. First thing that happens is I get invited to a Stadia party, and like a party chat. And this party chat's been going on, I don't know how long. It like a chain. It probably went on for hours after I left, but man, I didn't realize how many cannabis users there were in the community until that day.
I don't consume that stuff at all.
Well,
The
to me,
devil's lettuce.
I want to inspire myself to be like creators. I mean, I've been on panels before where, I mean, I've got here right next to me where I've joked around and I sort of want to be inspired like Cowboy. And I've joked around, Cowboy, we're Stadia, bro. And I've been there where I've actually wore t-shirts for like my favorite chat
Do that
members.
American accent that you did that one time.
Oh yes.
That's gone, isn't it? That's gone.
His Red Dead voice.
And yes, and I've been there. And Mr. Baven plays. I was wearing a mustard tailed shirt, and before he joined Shades of Purple, I lifted my shirt. Oh, Mr. Bayram, this is for you, my buddy. And I've been there where I've just been inspired to sort of relate to the.
So I gotta tell this story. My favorite Holtz impression. So if you guys don't know, Holtz always come on the show, and he got like, we always say Holtz got like gimmicks around him. So Jersey, he's the Jersey guy. His name is Jersey 187, right? And so he's this Italian guy, right? And he's just like super chill. And so he always wear this fitted hat. And Holtz out of nowhere pulled this hat on. He was like, oh, then I can wear my hat too. We was like, where did Holtz get this hat, bro?
Of course, because I feel like the Americans that they're gorgeous. They got muscles. So sometimes I go on to Cowboy show. I'm lifting weights, going Cowboy. Ooh, ooh. And sometimes we talk about Cobra Kai, and I put this big huge bandana on my. I'm like quiet. And it's like it's these instances where they laugh with me. In these instances where we're just having such a great time. And I feel like if it wasn't for the Stadia creators or cloud creators, I wouldn't want to. I want to inspire to be like you. That's where the humor comes from. And I feel like, that's where I want to lead to with following you guys and girls going forward in the cloud space, should I say. And it's been amazing for me, should I say.
Ron says, I just found out.
Ron, shut up, Ron.
Holtz is one of the funniest people, man. Holtz is, oh man, he had me cracking up. Did y'all hear his song he put on Twitter? I mean, oh man. Holtz,
but
man.
you see, what's so funny about Cowboy streaming? He could be talking about something, then I don't know where I'll be pulling something from like my kneecap, like, oh my god, this. And it's like, it's worse than Ray, where Ray goes, You want to see something from my back catalogue? He just pulls it from his background and he sort of brings it into the foreground. Going, I've got this, and that's why I feel like when I join streams, what are you talking about? Fitness, I'll bring something up, and it just complements our personalities on stream, and I think it's amazing.
Man, oh god, it's I don't even know where to go from here, guys, with the show, to be honest with you. But,
I wanted to briefly mention one of my community things, because I did participate in the second anniversary of Stadia.
Yes, you did.
Cowboy actually invited me to it, and I streamed 4Kids. And during that stream, I actually did pull up Crata, and I showed some of the works that me and Twiz and a few others were working on that never saw the light of day. We never published them, but they were just those moments, and being able to share that with a lot of Stadia people is nice.
Yeah, man. You know what's the cool thing is, I felt good or
that's
bad.
cool.
I didn't want to exclude Maker. Like, I wanted him to be a part of it, to represent all of everything, right? So, and I love that he was like, dude, I'll be on. And good or bad, you're part of the community. So, guys, we fight, we argue, but at the end of the day, we're still a community of people that came together to love this platform, good or bad, right? And so I feel like it was special to me when Maker said, I'll be a part of it. I knew some people might be like, why is he a part of it? Like, bro, he's a part of the community. So I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah. I mean, through everything, this is my take on Maker. He's had his criticisms, but he's never been a part of the Stadia's dead. Like, he never just shows up and says, Stadia's dead. Stadia's dead. Like, he always has something to add to the conversation.
All right, whatever.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Like, when you engage with him, he engages with you. That's what.
Listen, here's what's cool about Maker.
I have my reasons, and I try to explain it.
That's what I want to say. Maker has his reasons. He's very consistent. He stick to it. And this is what I always say about people who don't like Stadia. If they literally believe with their own, like, their educated guess on why this is failing or whatever you want to call it, then that's cool. But if you just randomly woke up one day and was like, you know what, my toilet bowl was broke and I hate Stadia, that I don't like that. But if you legit got some, this is why I believe it, and you could feel their passion, I'm like, okay, then you can't really get on them. You could disagree, fine, but you have to say, okay, that's the way he see it. I don't agree, but that's the way he see it, and I'm not gonna try to change his mind.
And that's what debating is all about. A good debate, being respectful.
Well, sorry, cutting purple, but with Maker, the proof is in the playing, and every time he comes on to streams and he sort of shames us in our gaming talent, I'm nodding, going, "Well done, Maker. I wish I was like you playing that game." It's such a great experience.
It's just always a weird thing with content. It's a weird thing with content because you have like these discussions with people, but then it's like, I'm still going back to play the same game I was playing before we had the discussion. Either I'm going back to whatever activity I was doing.
All right, Casey.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. I don't know how to sum this up, guys. Like I said, I might be taking a step back from Cloudy Thoughts for a little bit, not long, hopefully. But like, I'll be game streaming. What do you guys got planned for your channels?
No, come on,
I'll be on OnlyFans.
Come on, LoFi Monk.
I'm just kidding.
The name is in the title. Cloudy Thoughts. Just because stage is gone doesn't mean you've got.
Oh, yeah. That's what. I guess I gotta remember we were talking about that backstage. So the name of the show is Cloudy Thoughts, and it is about cloud gaming. But I don't want, like, if I haven't put my hands on it, if I haven't tried it, if I can't experience it, then I don't see the point in me coming on here and telling anybody what.
Well, the whole point is with cloudy reactions and stuff like that, is that you can react to the news even though you would not play that game on them platforms. So your channel's called Cloudy Thoughts. So in the end, you can actually sort of recap on the news that week.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's what I'm saying. I really got to just step back and think about how to attack this.
Because I do understand what you're saying, though. You want to have some authenticity to what you're talking about. You feel like you're a hands-on person, like.
Yeah, I don't want to fake it, and it's like I'm still gonna be doing like it's a long ways off before they shut the servers down. So I'm still gonna be game streaming, hanging out, and playing, and that'll give me time to think and see where it's gonna go. But I don't think it's gonna be that long before we come back with Cloudy Thoughts. I mean, there's still like 2 weeks from now or a week from now. We're gonna be talking about this still, and new things are gonna come up, and there's gonna be a new discussion. So I might be back here next week, for all you know.
You might be back here next Monday morning, right?
Yeah. Well, definitely will be Monday morning. I'll be here Monday morning.
Right.
But
well,
yeah,
SPG.
SPG.
What up,
of course, I'm gonna
SPG?
keep up with.
What's
I'm gonna be
up,
keeping
guys?
up with my Buy Me a Coffee page and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm not falling off. I'm just kind of letting you guys know what's up with Cloudy Thoughts. But it's not, you know, until there's been some things reaffirmed. It's just kind of up in the air for now. But yeah, welcome to the show, SPG, my friend. I'm gonna ask you the same thing I asked everybody else. What was your first initial reaction to the news, and what is your favorite community moment? The first one that just pops to mind.
Well, I have to say, it's on clip. I clipped it actually. Me shooting Ray in the face, I think, is one of the best
Mother
moments.
effer.
It's
Mother
one of the-
effer. Mother effer.
It's one of the best moments captured on tape, man, because he was.
You know how
talking
bad I want to
smack.
roll this fart
Hey,
clip.
SPG, I would have thought you said when you killed me in the bathroom.
Oh, well, that was good too. But
I did the perfect dialogue to get
He
shot. in
did.
the
Yeah, you
face.
did. You did. You did.
he did,
Yeah.
man. But no, man. I laughed. I thought it was a damn joke. Sierra, my wife, I left and went and had lunch with my parents. And when I come back, Sierra said, Stadia's dead. And I laughed. And she said, no, Doc said it. I said, ha, ha, ha. And she goes, no, I'll check Twitter. So I went and looked and I was like, motherfucker, they're doing it.
You
How
can't
are they-
leave for 5 minutes, SPG.
I
without
can't.
Things
I
just
can't.
fall apart.
Dude, and I'm like, this was my perspective, and this is my dumbass for assuming some shit, okay?
Yeah.
But I always thought that if Stadia shut down, us founders would be grandfathered in to keep our games at 1080p at least and to play them in perpetuity. That's what I thought, but
That's what I thought.
but that's not what happened. So yeah, man, that's a big disappointment. My backlog, this was slowly becoming my front log, is now a no log.
It's a no
so-
log.
It's a no log. But yeah, man, I'm a little heartbroken, man. I don't think we're gonna lose much of the community spirit because I'm gonna drag every one of you bastards kicking and screaming to another platform, man. I don't want to miss out on playing with y'all. I don't.
Yeah.
The community was what was special. Fuck what Google had plans for and what they didn't do, but the community was special.
Yep.
So we should embrace that and keep it going. But that was my initial thought was, oh, F. And then, my favorite clip would have to, or my favorite time in Stadia was just playing with y'all, man. It was, if you watch any of my content, it's very adult oriented. We just quip and come off at the cuff with crazy stuff to say and to laugh and to, have
It's
good
awesome.
community. So
Right. One of my favorite moments, now you actually just recapped SPG, is I remember watching PUBG with Ray, and I think he was jumped on the back of a car with Brock and stuff like that, and he drove, and he just got sniper rifled right off the back. And I'm talking about like what 2 years ago, and when now you mentioned it, I just remember things to myself.
there's another time playing PUBG. Me and Ray are out in the field, and like nobody's around, man. And he just I don't know what he did. I think I jumped out of the car like an asshole, and he run me over, and he jumped out and he got me up. And as soon as I stand up, I look at him, and I'm like, "Hey Ray, what are we cap?" And a bullet hits him right in the head, and he's down. I was like, "Son of a bitch."
Then I remember on like shorts when Ray done like these nuts, and I remember he done the gameplay with the projectors, and he hit the ground. It was like these nuts got hit, and
Dude,
I thought,
One of the favorite moments from your stream is me coming in when Ray came back from COVID and y'all are playing Red Dead. And the whole time at the beginning, you're like, let's posse up. And y'all are going through all this trouble to group up. And it finally happens. You finally get everything together. And it's just you guys running in circles, hitting each other and throwing each other around. Like, that's all it was.
Hell yeah.
It's
Hey,
great.
if you don't get the posse going quick enough and start a mission, there's going to be hell to pay. I can't. I'm just saying. You gotta be quick.
The champion.
Another Ray
Welcome to the
moment.
show.
I just wanted to.
What's
sorry.
up, guy?
I wanted to say that moment where I shot Ray in the face with an RPG was a great moment.
I don't remember that moment.
But yes, the eternal champion is with us. The forever
Hold
champ.
on. Let me ask you a question.
The 500-pound champ.
Hold on,
Yes.
hold on. I don't know everything in the community, right? I have no clue sometimes, right? So all I heard people saying David Wilson is
He's
real
not
over
allowed
fan.
in
I was
any
like,
elevator.
I thought it was just like a funny joke, and everybody kept it up. I'm like, so could you explain where does that come from?
Okay. Now, Cowboy, you forfeited your title when you don't play nobody in anything that you can't win at. So David, he got the title. Okay, he won it fair and square.
What?
He did.
500-pound
And
man.
then
Wait, you
Five
got
hundred
a
pound
pound
man.
He won the community
No,
championship.
he won the. See, he participated
No
in the
diabetes.
actual championship and became a
High blood
champion.
pressure.
Yeah,
What was
he's
that?
the
What was that?
forever Stadia
So
champ.
what was that? I have no clue. What was that?
Okay, well, regardless, he became the all-purpose
What
champion.
What was the
Regardless,
Stadia
hold up, what?
Community Championship? What?
Purple had the bell.
What?
You won the Stadia Community Championship?
My purple.
Yeah, he won 500
Keep going for a
bones.
sec.
No, he won. He was like the
Yeah.
winner.
Yeah,
Winner,
yeah, he beat
Out of a
everybody.
Fool. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
mean,
so,
Doc.
but here's the funny thing. Cowboy. If you
Ryzak.
want your title back, you can't face Wilson. You got to face Ryzak because Wilson beat the pants off him and he took the title. So you got to talk to Ryzak now.
Yeah, that's what Ryzak keeps telling me.
It goes through
He got some
management.
I don't
Lister
feel like
games,
that's
like
official.
500 pounds.
I don't feel like that's official.
I
Ryzak's
put
not
my
official.
stamp on it. I don't know if it's official.
Listen, you guys
But-
just lucky. You guys just better hope the Mortal Kombat thing don't happen. That's all I'm saying.
Now,
yes.
I was
Yes.
saying, Carl, I was saying
It's
Carl
going
at the
down.
start of- I was saying
From what
the
I
Mortal
start of
Kombat
this,
thing is happening.
Is
Yeah, King of the Hill.
Yeah,
version. yeah.
I was
It
saying
changed up
on
with this.
the start of this panel that I hope Cowboy
No practice.
wins. Not because I wanted initially to win, but for bragging rights because he's got a target on his back, and I feel like that's Mortal Kombat humor. So I
Hey,
feel like you've got the personality to just influence and encourage, but destroy the community. And I feel like if there's one person that I would want to win, now is the Cowboy. So I feel like
I'm a sore winner.
well, he
I
is a
lose
sore
when
He's
winner.
a
He
sore
whooped
winner,
me.
yes.
He was so sore when he whooped me, I refunded the damn game. I'm just saying.
That was actually crazy. SPG was like, "Yeah, I refunded the game." I was like, "Really?" He was like, "Yeah, nah."
Speaking
Oh,
of
yeah.
games,
Well-
have you guys looked at some of your Stadia stimulus money you're gonna be getting?
Oh man, I know it's a Stadia
Yeah.
stimulus.
On my
Yeah.
he's a
Look
my
at numbers all day.
on my stream earlier, we was calculating mine, so I did it live so people could see, and it's like a little under $1,200. So that's cool.
Yeah, I got
That's
like $2,000. Like you
So
can tell, I
Wilson-
was invested. But
Three.
here's the shitty part, though. I went out of my way to use play credits. So if I had $20 in play credits, I dumped $40 in that bitch to fucking buy the game.
yeah, SPG,
Yeah.
you're the same as me. If I can
Yeah.
use discounts at any,
I did that.
any chance, I'll be the same.
There's-
So I'm getting a
I'm-
lot
I'm
of play
actually-
credits back.
I'm actually leasing to about £1,000.
But
So,
hey, here's
that's
good
a win-win.
news though, everybody. If you don't want to, if you're trying to find ways to spend your play credits, you can buy movies, 4K movies, and all that, and you can also send super chats with them as well and
Now,
support. somebody.
SPG, I was asking in another panel, is that no Google Play, Google Pay credit, is that tied to your Play credit? Because I
don't think so, because Google Pay is for like, I've used that before and bought an item overseas or something, and
So
Yeah.
I can't use my Play credit with Pay. So that's where one thing I'm like, if they do reimburse me with Play credit, I'm like, I could get away with it with Pay, but
yeah.
if that's the case, I want the money back in my bank.
Well, when I first heard that they were shutting it down and refunding everybody, I thought, oh man, here comes the play credits. But thankfully, they're going to go back to their original funding source if it's available and then email you if they need more information, supposedly.
As much hell as Stadia's or not Stadia, Google's getting, but can we just say, dude, they're giving us our money back, bro. I think they're ending this on a high note, man.
Yeah, but you know what I think is going to end up happening, and I don't want to be that is great, Cowboy. It is great, but you want to know why they're keeping it on until January? It's about the refunds. It's not about keeping the games alive, because I've already seen some games starting to break.
And
a bunch of
also,
people
yeah,
have.
also, it's
Yeah.
totally great that they're going to give us all the cash back, but they're going to give us all the cash back, and it's unprecedented that that's ever happened. But it's also unprecedented that you've been
Okay.
given whole game library in the past, and then all of a
So-
sudden you've been told, oh, in 4 months that whole game library is going to be inert. It's not worth anything, by the way.
Well,
It's not
hey,
even
check this
worth
out though. How can Google afford to do this? Think of that. If they can't afford to keep it running, how can they afford to turn around and
Well, I
refund
don't
everybody?
know. I feel like
I
the
think
funds
so.
is
I'll
back
have to just
because
explain
I feel like
Hear me
the
out.
funds
That's
is
true.
back because
Here's
there's
what's
least
cool, though.
games.
Well, think about it though, right?
So are you saying you feel like a guinea pig?
No, I do feel like that. But listen, here's the thing though. They're keeping our pro. There's some people who barely bought games, but they paid for pro. Trust me, Google made some money off of pro. You know.
Oh no, I'm sure they did. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think the whole idea is that us gamers on the whole, say us panel and in the community, we've bought games, but that's a small minority to the backlash that they're going to get in the market and PA.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like they're going to refund us as a small community that never filled lobbies, never
Christopher
done
Torres has a point. You know, they didn't have compassion for their customers. Right. They didn't.
Not only
they didn't
that,
have,
but
they didn't have compassion. Yes, for their
devs,
employees too. Some of their people were working at the last minute to get something done.
That UI update.
Yeah,
Now,
me and Maker,
now.
Maker and I went back and forth about this. Hear me out, Stadia Pro. Bro, it's business. Number one, your last thing you're gonna do is tell people way ahead of time, and then they're gonna leak it. Just imagine if, like, we already see leaks go crazy. You don't want nothing leaked. You kind of gotta loose lip sync shit. That's
keep
just
it secret.
Well, let me tell you something. If Stadia's dead is a leak, that's fucked up because people's been saying that shit for 2 years, bro.
Oh yeah, well, people have.
That's what I was saying. When it dropped, I didn't even really pay it. I was like, oh, more bullshit, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And
but you know what? But no, let me tell you something though. Some of these devs dipped into their own accounts and their own money and hired people and paid people. I mean, like I said, I know some people and they're like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do now? Hey, well, pay us back.
Do any of you guys have a good understanding what's happening, like with that recent Kickstarter?
Oh, you mean Evan?
Yeah.
He said that he's gonna be giving away keys if you got I think it's like the premium Kickstarter. I think if you have like the smaller Stadia one, I don't think he's offering refunds for that.
That kind of sucks though. If you don't have a
well, of course, there's not going to be refunds, bro. Not from that.
The first ever person I ever heard of that stage was closing down was from Ben, Dopamine Fix. You're going to see him on Twitch. And I actually seen it and I thought about, he's fucking shitting me. Because I never seen it anywhere else. And then it sort of carried on from that. So I was like, well done, Ben. You're the first one to drop the news to me and in the community before I saw it. And I thought to myself, I never believed this could happen. And then as the news unfolds, I thought to myself, crap.
Well, as it goes, Google's out of gaming, man. It's done for them as a company. They're not going to come back. If they came back in 6 months and was like, look at our NVIDIA servers, nobody's going to give a shit. Nobody. Yeah. Nobody's going to give a shit. So
now let me ask you this.
I don't know. Maybe if they would have left us with our games, with no new games coming at 1080p, they could have built on it later if they decided to pick up and invest in it again. But instead, it's gone.
Yeah, let me ask you this.
I'm a little salty about it,
man.
I'm going to miss them games and any screen.
They wrote SPG. They wrote we still plan to stay in the game with our AR and all that stuff. Like, so, I mean, I know Mr. Urban World, if they came out with some crazy AR, that might entice him. But I feel like I'm definitely done with Google as far as gaming. But I think, they wrote as if they were still going to do something.
He put it in the private chat. He was here trying to talk.
So I know you just mentioned gaming, but do you think some of us in chat are done with Google periods on all devices?
Well, let me put it this way.
That's kind of hard.
I don't want to put $600 in Google Play movies. I'm not interested in that. I got a bunch of Google credits coming, but I'm not interested in $600 4K movie collection through Google Play movies. I'm not.
I think this is going to make people. I think this is definitely going to have an effect on people when somebody else tries to start up.
So that's what I was asking earlier. Is like, do you think this is going to have a negative effect on cloud gaming?
I think it'll be a cautionary tale, just like Stadia has been the whole time. You can't talk about Stadia without somebody shitting on it. And now it's just sad they're shutting it down because people can go, oh, cloud gaming? Yeah, don't do it, Stadia.
Yeah.
It'll be a cautionary tale. It could be.
I'm not saying that other people weren't doing. Yeah, I'm not saying that other people weren't doing things in the cloud, but when Stadia popped up, that's when you saw them pushing other companies to do something about the cloud. Yeah. And now, without them there, do these companies? Do they stagnate? or did they keep
I-
pushing?
I think as long as Luna's out there, there's that chance, and I think Microsoft isn't going to take a chance with a company like Amazon.
Yeah.
So
I think Luna's
I think it'll
almost
be
in the
fine.
same boat. I don't think they're going to expand.
Well,
Or
I
we'll
never
see.
believed that the hybrid approach would work years ago, and I never believed the sort of low resolution would work. But now, when I reflect back, they actually hit the market and right where they actually catered to the bandwidth of the casual gamer with 1080, with the games that they actually wanted to play free or part of subscription. So I feel like,
And host, let him know you're
especially
talking about
xCloud.
xCloud. He's talking about
The xCloud actually won with the perception of, I know it wasn't for me, but they sort of as won the majority of gamers, and I feel like they're the ones that are actually going to win overall in the next 2-3 years.
Yeah, I think they were key in kind of corralling people to try cloud by making it a supplementary and like an option compared to just releasing a full cloud like platform like Stadia. And I think that's where there was that distance, is because like look at the Xbox One with the DRM and a lot of things that we know is popular nowadays, but because they tried to kind of force it on gamers, they got a huge backlash.
When it comes to the cloud right now, I think that if Xbox turned on 1440p or 4K and they just flipped a switch and it was on, I think they'd take over, because you can jump in it for $1 and stick around for all the Game Pass games.
I would like to say what makes sense.
It's not the same as Stadia. It's not. I think Stadia's tech was solid as hell.
I feel when you use the word force gamers, I feel like these companies try to inspire gamers. It was only us that believed we were getting forced, but I believe these companies were ahead.
I learned a valuable lesson, and I'm just keeping it real. When I see CEOs and big business people on the stage talking about a product, I'm gonna wait before I pull out my credit card.
Same goes.
Can we all agree? Can we all just agree?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Come on, guys. So we're all early adapters. So we're
Hold
all
up, though. Can we all just agree as gamers to not deal with Phil Harrison anymore?
Well, I think
Agent 47.
Ray, I think the same thing goes with the even the 4090, the new cards that are coming out, man. I don't know.
Well, let me say this, SPG. I want to respond to something you said. Me personally, and this is just me. Call it you already bought a PlayStation 5, you checked out, whatever. I rather my money back than you keep Stadia, and that's it. Because I feel like, would they have kept the server? So here's the thing. What bothered me with Luna is I can't play with my friends because they don't have a multiplayer, right? I doubt they would have allowed us to still play multiplayer. So giving me because I mainly bought multiplayer games. So if you say, hey, you could keep your games, not your money, but you probably can't do multiplayer.
Okay, I'll do one better, man. If I could trade my high-end gaming rig I've got right next to me that was $4,000 to have Stadia every day, I would. Why? Because of the ease of use, man.
But then you're not getting any more games. Like
what I'm saying is to keep the AAA thing, man, didn't really bother me necessarily, man. The last AAA game I got and played all the way through, I think, was Far Cry 6. I was never going to play FIFA.
I've never spent $60 on an alpha/beta Baldur's Gate 3 game.
Yeah, I'm gonna
and I get it. I'm gonna get my money back for it, but damn, if I would have known, and then just the hour. Here's the thing, folks: the hours, the achievements, and everything.
I like to complete games.
It sucks. I
Listen,
get it,
bro.
We're getting our money back.
Listen, ask me how many hours I put into Marvel.
I know Marvel of Cowboy. I thought about you playing Marvel Avengers, all the buffing of the superheroes, and I'm just like, damn,
bro. I just can't see this was planned like in advance because of the fact that like everything they were in the middle of so much when they got the news.
Bro. It probably was.
But
that's a death, Christopher.
I mean,
not.
The fact that they're doing refunds, it just seems sudden.
It probably was planned. They probably didn't. They knew they didn't hit the mark, and they probably was like, you know what? Like the higher ups was probably like, you know what? This isn't gonna work, and I'm not sure when we're gonna cut it, but this ain't gonna work. We're gonna cut it. And they probably time went by, and somebody was like, yo, when should we do this? They probably was like, you know what? Let's just make the announcement now. I bet you the bigger people knew.
Somebody had
the manager.
Dude, I think it came down to a meeting and they were like, how much is it? How much is it going to cost us going forward? Okay, how much is it to pay everybody back right now? And they were like, it's cheaper to do it now, do it now.
It's perfect for me, right, that I actually bought Cyberpunk and actually got a Chromecast Ultra.
Yeah.
Now they're going to refund me the full price of Cyberpunk. And that was a game that I sort of enjoyed on Stadia, but it was sort of overshadowed because other games came to the service. But now we've realised that Edge Runners on Netflix is sort of relived Cyberpunk on other services. So they're gonna reimburse me £60 or $60, whatever the price was, and I'm gonna keep my hardware. But then I could go actually and pay $12 for the same game on other services going forward on a sale in Black Friday. Or
do you want to see something that's worthless? In the plastic, baby. That's going to be on a retro.
That is now rare.
Yeah, it's going to be a rarity one day.
Oh, that's cool. It's in the plastic. Nice.
Yeah, it ain't even been opened. I was going to give that fucker away when I hit 600 subs. I was this close, but ain't nobody want that now.
It's
It's e-waste. It's besides a collection. It's e-waste.
Hey, that's a collector, man. As a
those
game
founder,
collector.
Unlock the Bluetooth. Unlock the Bluetooth for a Stadia.
Hey, yeah,
please.
Stadia. If you don't want a whole bunch of e-waste for those controllers, unlock the Bluetooth functionality so that myself and other people can, like MJ Parks, when he gets a Samsung TV, he can connect it Bluetooth to it. And
Also,
play
allow me to play it on Android without the warning.
SPG, I can beat you. Boxed version.
Oh my god! Unboxed.
Wow. Hey, at least it's in recycled paper, man.
So if I rip this cardboard open right now on stream, you would see Premiere Edition.
Yeah, right. Yeah. God.
Oh my god.
But yeah, but Ray's right though. Anybody can walk out on a stage that you have some sort of empathy and respect for and sell you something that is complete garbage. I mean, I'm not saying no, the tech was perfect.
I swear to God,
what
man,
happened to us in the long run was garbage. I missed the platform already, man, and it's not even gone yet. I'm already missing it. Like
everything we say about it's pretty much just speculation, but it's like
you're not going to play.
It's because we're
taking shit now unless you bought a Steam Deck.
I mean, Phil Harrison last tweeted like in 2020. That's kind of how like he just disappeared, and I think that was kind of telling.
That's
as the like kind of the what's the word for it, like their faith in the product, like with their managers, and that's kind of sad, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I was saying that guy's just got a cloud over him, man.
Well, Christopher Torres was joking that in the Reddit they were saying that. Oh, they did do it?
No, I'm saying he doesn't have a cloud over him anymore because they binned it.
Oh, binned it. Oh, okay. I understand. Man. But no, but Torres was joking that Luna just hired him. And I was like, oh, that's the kiss of death. Don't do that.
You know what, man? I got Google right down the freeway, man.
Hey, so do I Geek to Sneak.
I just want to get in my car. I just want to
go. I've actually watched loads of YouTube content creation that focus on a lot of platforms, and in their chat they think we're like the cheapest and we play Just Dance, and they think that we play mobile gamers, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that if you've watched any of the content creators, we're talking about big AAA games with a family perspective, you know, but to them they feel like that their view is right, and I'm like, we're tuning in with you guys, we know what happened the last 3 years.
Well, not only are we losing the games and we're losing the service, but a whole lot of content creators that started dipping their toes in content creation aren't going to be doing it anymore. Stadia gave them the tools, man, at a very low entry price to start messing around and trying to make content.
Yeah,
Sadly,
I'm one
that's
of them.
Gone. That's gone now.
Luna does have the
Luna.
camera.
Yes.
Luna does have the software and the camera.
Yes.
If you wanted to stream.
But the thing is, I think Stadia's cheap in the way that BMW's cheap. It's not cheap. It's just not the rich man's version of what you can go for. Like, it's not like you're not paying 500 quid of entry. You pay a tenner for entry, and then you use whatever screen you've got, or then you pay 50 and you've got a controller that goes with it. And
they were giving you way more than you paid for.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
All right,
I mean, you could buy a
hold
game and get a damn controller for free.
I mean,
Let me
they
be
were
that
giving
guy.
all pro games we got. They paid those people. They paid them money.
Can I be that guy real quick?
You're
Now,
always
when
that
David
guy.
Wilson say it's the rich man's, the opposite, but if I say the opposite, I'm the bad guy. Man.
Now, the old all-purpose champs
I
calling
knew he
out
was gonna
the
go there.
all-purpose champ.
I knew he was gonna go there.
Yeah, I'm listening to him. I'm like,
It's the
did
way
you
you
make
say
an
it, Cowboy.
analogy
It's the way you
and
say
say
it.
it's the rich man,
Right.
and I made an analogy. Hold up.
It's
Man,
because
that's
you.
because
It's
I'm
because you
black.
said the poor man's, but it's not what you really didn't mean. What
But
you
you know,
said.
I
but
really
Wilson
Like, I
is
got what
poor
you
though.
said.
But Wilson is really poor though, man. Somebody
Guys,
help
can I
this guy.
explain this?
Somebody help him.
As a community member that doesn't see this stuff on Twitter, I need this to be settled before January 18th. So
Yeah.
the all-purpose champ and the new all-purpose champ, you better get on stream to end this.
Listen,
So I
he's a
know when
fraud.
I have closure, I know who to cheer. So come on, guys, get with it.
Listen, let me say this. And if you just said we need to settle it, that means him and I need to go against each other. But if he never beat me, then I don't need to settle nothing.
Well, it's about the titles, and you can substitute
So
the
it-
title.
So if you beat Cowboy at Mortal Kombat 11, he'll give you a PS5. Is that what?
Cowboy,
Oh,
you gonna
yeah,
get,
what?
No, I'm kidding.
No, I mean,
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm
Cowboy,
joking.
you gonna
What's your
get Death
money?
Carnival on PlayStation?
I mean,
I had already talked to you know who, and
Man, those guys.
Wilson,
Yeah.
put your money in the sort of Mortal Kombat 11 tournament, and we'll see where you go. And then we have the champions of champions.
I'm throwing my hat into the ring for Mortal Kombat 11. But the thing is, to be a champion, it doesn't just have to be one game. I'm just going to say it took me, was it 8 or 10 altogether to win the
Wilson,
championship?
you already
for the-
told me.
hey, listen, Wilson, I'll say this.
Wilson
Whoa,
already
remix.
said- no, hold on. Wilson, this is what he was going to say. To be a champion, you have to wake up every morning and piss excellence.
Well, okay. Here's one for you. There's only one content creator that's played a game that I've ever wanted on stage, yeah, and that's Ray. Ray's played Attack on Titan, right?
Oh
And
man,
I've never seen anyone else play that
Me
game,
neither.
even though I wanted on sale. So now I'm going to put on record I am the best Attack on Titan stage player.
dude,
It's
I paid
alright.
I paid full price for that game. I can't wait, dude. The Bandai games were not cheap.
Yes, I'm right. I'm
Ray,
actually.
you're probably getting the biggest Stadia stimmy.
Nah,
man.
I think somebody said they were getting 30. I'm getting 2,980
supercomputer,
something
bro.
dollars.
Well, in the beginning, bro, you
supercomputer.
bought
It's
like
going. I'm
every
actually.
game.
That's going to my streaming. I'm gonna get a new
Upgrade?
monitor. I don't know. I'm thinking about a new PC. I'm not sure yet, but
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
might-
going to invest
I need
it
to
in my
take
streaming.
I need to take a little flight out there, man, and see you.
So only me and Ray are ever gonna refund the Attack on Titan on stage.
Damn.
It's a shame,
I'm just.
but-
I'm looking. You know what I did? I looked through all my games, man, and I'm just like,
Dude, it's
I
sad,
didn't
man.
finish that. I didn't
know.
finish that, and
You know what I see? I see myself if I get to continue game streaming. I see myself streaming on another platform, and then somebody coming in my chat and then saying some shit about Stadia, and then it's just gonna click in my brain that no, this sucks. Stadia was better.
bro, I
Yeah.
had my aunt call me and laugh at me about Stadia, man. My aunt, okay. I'm
Oh,
I'm
damn.
50. I'm be 50 next year, so you can imagine how old
Oh.
she is.
You know what's
Capping on
crazy,
me
though?
about Stadia.
My whole family knows so much about Stadia. I just told my daughter, who's 16. She was like, "What? What are you gonna do?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be alright. It's okay." But it's like my whole life was Stadia, man. But
Well,
He said, "I'm limitless."
Not for nothing though. I will say this. So I'll say this live. Y'all can roast me or nothing. Not for nothing though. I'm gonna be honest. I do have that little bit off my back. Like Lo said, he'll be streaming. Somebody come in there and be like, "Bro, what are you doing?" But I do have that little bit off my back because I did. Like a lot of you guys are upset, right? And I seen Primo said I was first. He said first I was sad. No, first he was mad, then he was sad. Well, you guys don't think about me. I'm a one and done guy. I'm the guy that when I'm in one community, that's all I want to be in. So when I broke to get a PlayStation 5, what you guys are feeling now, I felt that back then. I was like, yo, I broke, and I said, you know what? I finally broke. I always talk trash. Hardware's whack. Just what you guys said. I'll never go back. Now you got no downloads, whatever. But I broke like 6 months ago, where you guys are today. So for me,
yeah,
I'm
but
like,
you broke like you got sick of your girlfriend, whereas I was broke up with us.
See, that's just it, Cowboy. They didn't bring you the AAA games, so you felt abandoned. See, this is us actually getting abandoned. This is us actually getting abandoned.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much.
Here's the thing.
Thank you so much.
I got commenters against Cowboy when my PlayStation or 3080 got brought on stream, and I got attacked. But I thought it was in good.
That means a lot, bro.
Should I say? And I thought to myself, that was years before other people's adaptation. But then, like I said to Cowboy, at least I used the term cloud enthusiast. I never ran with the term to get destroyed by the term. That's what I was trying to.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to hashtag media guy. Thank you so much, bro. That means a lot. Like
he's taking his refund and gonna buy a Samsung TV.
Bro,
nice.
I got my Fire Stick with my TV in the living room. That's where I can play Luna, and it works great. So if you can get you can get on Luna. Luna's still, it's cloud. It's cloud.
Sadly, I just got me a brand new Samsung TV, and 70% that.
Oh, wait a minute! You got the Stadia. You got the Stadia. Stadia Hub.
Yeah. So I ain't playing Stadia on that TV through that app no more. I'll tell you that. That sucks, man. That's gone. But it's got xCloud. It's got Luna. Yeah. It does have GeForce now. There's plenty of cloud gaming to go around the hub.
I tried to re-deliver that TV to my house. I know what you're thinking.
That's
you're gonna be.
But
damn it.
But going back to what I was saying, man, my point was that, like, even though maybe I find that a way to get back into gaming, whatever, on these other platforms, but I have a feeling I'm just not going to be satisfied. I'm always going to miss this experience.
Man, that's such an interesting thing. Could I just say this? Yeah. I thought the same thing, and I'm not going to lie to you. When I bought a PlayStation 5, it just sat there for weeks, right? And so I finally bought WWE, and I got to play it. I was like, okay, this is really cool because I'm playing a game that I had to have, right? Even though I waited. And then I'm not going to lie to you, man. When people would talk about GFN was so good and this and that, I never played it, so I couldn't see. But I will say, when I said, okay, Stadia or PlayStation gave Marvel Avengers for free, and I was like, let me just try it. I want to see, right? I'm not gonna lie, it looked better, but not only, it's zero loading. I was like the load screen that come on all the time with Iron Man, you see it once in the beginning and never again. So I get that. Listen, when we praise cloud gaming for not having to download. But I feel like then we also should praise something else, whether it's cloud gaming or not.
To replace Stadia right now?
Real quick. So what I'm saying is we also should praise something because no loading when you're playing a game is pretty dope, yo. I have to say. That was cool.
Well, I need 4 things to replace Stadia, and it fucking sucks. I need xCloud, I need Xbox Game Pass for PC, and I need Steam and GFN. That's how I'm going to replace Stadia, literally. So I can
crazy.
So I can play Steam games in the cloud through GFN, and then I can have X. It's just the way it's got to be, and it sucks.
Yeah. On top of that, if you're a cloud gamer, you're not going to do the console thing, and
see, but that's
I don't see anybody else having that console experience.
I do it all, man. I do it.
I was a cloud gamer, right? I went from PlayStation to Stadia, and then I went.
What I mean is to get the ease of use. To get the ease of use that I had from Stadia, I would have to combine those 4 things.
Not just ease of use, ease of access as well. I mean,
Yeah.
great jokes calling me a poor gamer, but
Yes.
I'm on a budget, and Stadia for me, it cost me a tenner a month to start playing. That's all it was, a tenner a month. And now I'm looking at having to get a console or get
Well,
something
for
that can
you-
handle GFN or something like that. And it's
Let me
Yeah.
now it's not
Stadia
£10
wasn't
anymore.
Stadia wasn't just the answer; it was about 70% of it for me. It
Yeah.
was.
I mean, I used to say that too. I used to say Stadia does 3 or 5 things great. That was always my claim to fame. But the thing is, we act like we've been playing Stadia for 80 years. Bro, I was playing a console
Well,
almost 3 years ago, 2 years
Wilson,
ago. It's
Wilson,
not that
give
far
me your
away.
address. I'm gonna send you my my Ouya. Okay.
Yeah,
listen,
you're gonna get
listen.
some good gaming done on that, man. I had
Listen.
one. You're
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure
but-
you'll send me a
but for-
cool, yeah, won't you, Ray?
Dan Wilson.
I
why
know it's a
can't I
small
get Lazy
percentage of
Ouya?
us, but I haven't been gaming since online, except for maybe like Minecraft with my kids. You know, like
I
Everybody's a
personally
different
think
gamer.
the
For-
people who
yeah,
like
it's
Stadia-
different for everybody.
It
I
is.
think
For
the
me-
people who like Stadia, my recommendation is xCloud. I feel like it's only $10 more that you was paying a month. It's a larger library. You're also
Hey.
you're gonna get day and date titles. You're gonna hold on, wait, real
I know,
quick.
I hear you. I'm
SPG.
listening.
You're also gonna be able to play on a browser. You're also gonna be able to have an app for the mobile, and you're gonna do everything you did with Stadia. So I'm curious who was able to play Stadia but can't play.
What's
xCloud?
gonna suck for somebody is to dump $3,000 into a gaming PC, jump on and start playing PC gaming multiplayer, and figure out that they're not very nice. That's gonna suck too, because Stadia, I think, had the kindest community, the most accepting, the most like.
Oh yeah,
We'll
when people
always
said
be here,
Stadia
dude.
was toxic, go ahead.
I want to say, like, there are other communities that are great out there other than the Stadia community.
There are.
I've been in.
Ooh,
I'm just gonna be honest, like, because like I've been a part of the Stadia community. I've also been a part of a Minecraft community. I've been a part of a World of Warcraft community. There are
that
a
was
lot
one
of
game.
really great.
That's one game, Maker. That's one game.
I
with like
don't know.
hundreds of people that I would play with.
I
and
don't
talk
know,
with.
because I've seen games where like Makers mentions his personality and follows, and I've seen Cowboy mentions personalities, and I've subscribed because based on their references, and I've met loads of lovely people based on their references, and that's because of you on the Stadia community. And I believe I would never find you guys if it wasn't based on the Stadia community. So, for example, I mentioned, so as a reference of a reference of a reference, I mentioned I've met someone on the Pokemon community, and I feel like I would never ever met them if it wasn't a friend of a friend of a friend that I could trust, and that goes back to the default of the Stadia community and their friends.
I understand that, but at the same time, I've met a lot of people throughout my gaming history and that I'm still friends today. And I think to discount all these other communities and all these other people that do play that's outside of Stadia, I'm like, that's what I'm trying to say.
Like, it's not perfect.
We can still start more communities. We can still stay in our community.
We can, but the thing is, right, what you're saying, Maker, it totally makes sense. Stadia isn't unique in the fact that it's made this community, but we've got this community now, and it's like, well, we don't just have another platform. Like, you're talking about all these singular games. We don't just have another platform to all move to that's going to be our community anymore. Like, these greater platforms like Xbox and PlayStation, their watered down communities are horrible. And yes, there's beautiful ones inside them, the ones that you're talking about, but they're harder to find. And we don't want to have to go out there and find another community. We just want ours.
And they're about to reinvest in a new community because at least Stadia is giving you the option to take that money you did spend and to put it somewhere else.
true.
But they gotta figure out where to put it, and that's going to be difficult for a lot of people. Some people aren't going to be able to get. They're going to have $500 coming back. They can get what, a PS5 and sit on it. I mean, you're going to need games, controllers. Like,
I understand that like cost is a factor for a lot of people, and typically with that, I generally recommend the payment plan with Xbox. Like for $25 a month, you can get the Series S plus Game Pass, and for $35 a month US, you get the Series X with Game Pass. And there's a ton of like. That's what I did. You know, I bought the PS5. It was like 800 for the bundle I bought, and it was just such a big like chunk of my money that when I subbed to the payment plan for $35 a month for my Series X, I was like, this is so much like more affordable, so much easier on my bank account.
It's still not quite as affordable as Stadia was, though. Sadly.
But what I'm saying is
you're getting so much more though.
You're getting a lot with it. I wanted to say that, and with that Game Pass, maybe you find a game that you love, and through that game you find a community, you find people. That's what I've done in the past, aside from like the Stadia community where I did jump in with them. But I'm just saying that I'm sure you're going to find more communities. You're going to find more people, and I wouldn't worry too much about that.
SPG, did you and Certified have a great time playing xCloud Battlefield 1?
Absolutely.
Were we able to communicate?
Yes, we were.
Yes, we were.
So, how did we communicate?
Well, we got Discord. You can communicate on Discord, but
we were using Stadia.
But we did use the party chat. We did use the party chat, but there's still ways to communicate. And
no, there is, and we had a great time playing on xCloud. And I didn't have a 12-year-old teabagging me. Well, no, somebody did teabag me. I take that back. But
they did.
They weren't 12, I don't think. So I'll take it, you know.
Well, Wilson is like 12, so I don't even count.
Well, I take pleasure when I actually join the streams of other people. And I've seen Maker of Chaos mention literally last week his and his partner was playing Ni no Kuni on xCloud, and I know that when I hear this kind of rhetoric in games and the service, I know, wow, I would love to carry these guys going forward in discussions that doesn't relate just to Stadia. So I'm actually glad that there's guys and girls out there that actually can move on to other platforms and we could all play the games.
Oh yeah. Dude, I was in a PlayStation Monster World before I got into Stadia. I was playing Monster Hunter World or whatever with some PlayStation guys, and we played every night, and it was great. Yeah. And then I found Stadia. And what?
I was in
you know what, Ron? Stop hating.
I was in Anthem community, Ron. There you go, baby. I was in the Anthem community, and it was dope. So
I'm mad that I've never played Anthem.
All my friends was into Destiny, and when I got out of Destiny, got into Anthem. My friends, I could drive to their house. Guess what? I made all new friends. They stopped playing with me because they stayed with Destiny, and I wanted to go with Anthem. And I played with a whole new bunch of people that I never like you guys.
Are you sure they just weren't feeling you anymore?
I mean, that happened. No, that happened when I got in the stadium. When I got in the stadium, we literally had beef, and I left the chat and everything. That happened. They hated Stadia so bad, man. It was crazy.
Oh man.
Yeah, you're right. Hashtag guy. The Twitch and the Luna streams are really great. Like their software and everything. So, but like I said, but there's a lot. But Wilson's not in. There's no Luna in Canada.
Yeah, Luna is slacking at the
minute.
I'm trying to fix Wilson's problems. We're gonna figure something out here.
Yeah, bro. Don't worry about it, man. We got you.
It's gonna be in customs for a damn like 60 days probably, but
and SPG he's gonna put a little sack in there for you too.
You got some Italian tobacco in there.
Here's my question, right? How come you guys, right, dude? Just buy a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. Nobody has to get a PlayStation 5 or a Series X. You could save a lot of money and get one of those. Still could play online, still could do the same stuff. The game's still coming. I mean, you want to save some money, we always throw out $500, $800 bundle. You could find those anywhere. Get a pre-owned, save yourself
they want at least close to next gen though, bro.
I want the cloud, guys.
Xbox One. What Cowboys trying to say is there's games on the PlayStation 5 that is well optimized on the PlayStation 4. And we can't let that go at the moment.
The promise of not buying hardware anymore. Fucking
gone.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
sir. Can we start looking at the look? Stop looking at those
I think-
2023s. Let me get you over here in this 2013 over here. No,
Hey.
shit. Your budget?
Hey.
No. Let me get you in this
Listen,
2009.
Let me ask you a question.
I think there's
Yeah, I'm with
benefits.
Crow on this one. This is where
Yeah, I'm with Crow
I'm
too.
kind of in.
Yes.
I said, hey, LoFi, I said that too. But here's the difference, though. I said that too. I'm never going back. And bro, I need my WWE. I don't care who. I'm killing somebody. I got to play my WWE. So guess what? I had to go back. So,
Yeah.
but if you don't care, right? Then, hey, follow the cloud, man.
No,
You know,
for me, it's
Cowboy, I totally agree because FIFA 23, I'm playing that on PlayStation. I'm sorry, because I can't play it on GFN.
Well, Ray, I just got to know where you're buying 2K23.
I'm a sports guy. GFN don't have the sports. Luna don't have the sports.
You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
I'm a sports guy, so.
Did you buy it on PlayStation 5 before the initial pre-order of Stadia? Is it something that you related to local hardware over cloud before the closure?
Did I buy something before the closer?
No,
I was doing the trial.
What I'm trying to say is that did you actually buy FIFA 23 on PlayStation 5?
I played the trials.
Preference?
I played the trials on PlayStation, PS5, and then that morning I was getting ready to buy it on Stadia. I even tweeted out. I was showing the trials, and I said, "Man, this game is awesome." But someone says, "Oh, are you gonna get it on PS5?" Like, nah, man, I'm gonna get it on Stadia because I could just hop right in. Because you know the update.
Screen,
Can you imagine have you ever did a FIFA a sports game update when they got to update all the players,
the roster,
the rosters and stuff? It's just sucks.
I wish WWE did that, man. I don't like that they don't. I wish they become like a.
You wish they didn't just like publish their game and then abandon it.
So right, you're like me. We wish we sort of paid for the Ultimate Edition, so we actually had it for the next 4 months. But we waited till the Friday to get it cheaper.
Yeah, that's
we lost.
You would have been able to play the game and then. But no, you know what will bit you in the butt though. You would. So it almost doesn't work, Holtz. Because you would have played the game for those months and leveled up your teams and all that, and then lost it all, and that might suck.
Well, Cowboy, I have a question. There would have been some scheme in place to actually do tools to transition. But if I was playing with Ray for like 3 months, I wouldn't give a crap. If I got refunded the money back after 3 months, I'd be like.
Did you invest in any platform to get that one wrestling game that was utter trash that they never fixed, where wrestlers are like going through the mat and like folding in half like they're a chair?
This new WWE is great. Plus, they got
I don't remember which one it was.
AEW coming out. I can't wait to get.
Oh yeah, so the last game so here's the thing, I bought every one of those games, but the one that was really bad was the one I skipped that year, and then they skipped 1 year because of COVID. So I actually that was the one I bit the bullet like. And the funny thing is, I was like, you know what, I bought everyone, I'm gonna buy it, and it was literally like.
So you were ready for another wrestling game anyway,
I skipped 2 wrestlings, which I never did in my life. I was actually gonna buy that trash one. I was like, I gotta have it, and then it was still $60 like a year later. I was like,
damn,
nah. So then I never got it. So I was fiending for it, man. Trust me, you watch my video. When the day it came out, I went to my brother's house. We played for 12 hours straight. He bought 4 PlayStation 5 controllers.
You know what I'm gonna miss? I'm gonna miss
so
Stream Connect.
It's crazy.
I'm gonna miss Stream Connect, man.
That's gonna suck, dude.
And some
those party streams.
Party stream.
The Baldur's Gate 3, dude. Like once I planned on streaming that in the future and having people do the crowd choice. Like, hey guys, make the decision for me.
Don't they have that on Twitch though? They have it on Twitch, I believe.
They have a version that works on Twitch, I believe. Yeah. But it's not.
Hey, SPG, I harassed the hell out of you to do crowd play, man. Or crowd
well,
choice.
we were learning, dude. He was teaching us how to play.
That's the dopest feature to me, man.
It is. But you need 30 people all trying to ruin your game. All trying to ruin your game for it to be exciting.
Crowd choice.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm gonna miss Stream Connect, man. Man.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, man. Some people are.
You don't know what you have until it's gone. Sometimes
to turn around and buy games on another platform. Other people have to look at buying a platform, and that sucks for them. It does.
Dude, listen. Trust me.
I just want to clarify real quick that I think every platform has their
Well,
ups and
you're-
downs. They have their perks and they have their downsides, and I think it's good to accept that, and that's what I have, and that's why I have a lot of consoles, a lot of different things, because there are games there that I want to play. There are things that I like about each particular one.
Here. I agree.
It's only because he had to cover his hoodie,
That's
Mr.
how I
Urban
am,
World.
too.
Man.
What? 10 years later, Ray is arrested for stealing socks, and everyone else on the panel graduated from college to become a doctor. Man, shut up. No, man. That's messed up, bro.
Do you want to hear something funny? I actually graduated from a college that down the road they used to call them sock robbers. So
Sock robbers.
I mean, I was just going to we were called Kirby sock robbers, and there was a marker where the college was. And,
Okay, Holtz, did you ever play Kirby as a kid?
do you know what? Right, I bet you. Right, I'm not going to say this, but Kirby is going to be the game of the year, and Kirby of the Forgotten Lands, whatever it's called, is going to be game of the year in the action adventure platform. So I love Kirby. And it's got nothing to do with the place by Kirby, and it's got nothing to do with sock robbers. But I remember that we've got a place that if you name something as humour, they go, so Ray, you're a Kirby sock robber. And that is what they would say because we live on the outskirts of, for example.
Get back in here, David. Get back in here, David.
It had nothing to do with culture. It had nothing to do with culture or anything else. That was just. No one robbed stocks, but it was what it was.
That's amazing. David should get back in here.
I'm actually Geek to Sneak. I'm actually streaming at 5 tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock.
Hey, LoFi, you got someone knocking at the door.
Oh, my bad. Do I?
Lo was like,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, look.
It usually beeps in my ear for the host, and I didn't hear it.
I'm gonna go
He
ahead.
wasn't waving from the back furiously enough for us to see him.
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh,
and
yeah.
head
Hello,
out.
have you
I'll
got
catch
me?
y'all later.
Yes.
All
we
right,
got
Oh,
you,
th-
David.
thank you for coming on,
Yeah.
Maker, man. It means a lot. And yeah,
No problem.
SPG,
for
I
more
got
good
this-
times to come.
I got this
Alright,
big
later, guys.
monitor. That
Hey,
won't happen
Maker.
again.
Maker,
Yeah,
thanks for being a true gentleman and not saying I told you so.
Yeah, for real,
Yeah,
thank
I mean, it sucks for everybody, honestly.
It does,
and
dude. It does.
Yeah, and I don't want to be that guy.
When he gets off, he's gonna be like, "I told those suckers."
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye, Maker.
Thanks for letting
Yeah.
me back
Okay,
in, by the
now
way,
what-
Lo-Fi.
Now, what were you saying,
But,
Wilson?
He didn't want to.
Wrong bloody Kirby, Holtz. Wrong Kirby. You know, not the electronical Kirby. Kirby with a ball in the street.
Kirby the pink.
Oh no, sorry. Right. I'm from Liverpool. I've got this accent in northwest England, and we say Kirby. And it's not Kirby. We say
Kirby. It's Kirby.
Kirby, isn't it?
You're a
Kirby.
scout.
Well, no, it's not the N.
Yeah,
That's
Can you explain what a cabby is, please?
Right,
Yeah,
so
I'm still
Kirby,
fucking
right?
confused.
So we've got a Kirby market. right?
potato.
Exactly. You've got a Kirby market. Right? And these guys are sort of offshoot from where I live, and they joke around and say, if you ever go to this place, you're a Kirby sock robber. And I studied my university and college and that, and people say you're a Kirby sock robber, but the correct pronunciation is Kirby. So people go like Nintendo Kirby, and I'm like, no, not like Kirby,
That's what I thought that was
Kirby, and that is where people default. So when
He doesn't get it, Wilson.
But did you play the game Kirby, Holtz? Not the electronical game, the game Kirby with a ball. in the street.
Okay, we did actually play Kirby in the street, of course.
Yes,
yeah,
you
but-
played Kirby. Yes, okay, so you're familiar with Kirby.
Right, my street's got badass Kirby. Sort of, we could throw a ball, hit it, come bounces back, throw over the
But
car,
You,
get 10 points. Sorry.
but you're familiar with Kirby, yes. You know very
Like
much
the big,
what it is.
the big pink balloon.
It's very
guy,
well
right?
known. It's very well known, isn't it?
Yeah, you're talking about street culture. Yes, it is. Kirby.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're talking about. Yeah, I realize.
Wait, right.
after a while
so
what they're
lost,
talking
bro.
about.
Okay, cowboy, lo-fi.
I thought we were talking about the Nintendo game Kirby.
Yeah, okay.
I was talking about throwing balls at cars.
Right. So here's one for you, right?
FBG, you're a proper prick. You
I'm
really
the devil.
are,
I'm
bro.
so sorry.
You're
I'm the
a prick.
devil.
Here's one for you guys. Say Cowboy and SPG was on one side of a street and me and David Wilson on the other. We used to throw a ball at the curb, which is the high rise of the street. And if it used to bounce back, we used to get points to actually throw out the ball again. And if the ball ever
We used to
bounced
play
back-
wall ball.
So it was called wall ball?
Yeah,
where
that's
you
what
were from?
That's what SPG said.
No,
You used to
it was
play
like
wall
that.
ball, which is like it, but it's
Yeah.
different.
Yeah,
So
no,
when-
across the
when-
street, it was
so-
just a wall.
So this how sad it is that when I said David Wilson, he says Kirby, which is from the English point of view, but from my Liverpoolian point of view, from the country, we knew Kirby, and then you defaulted it straight to Kirby. The
I
Nintendo.
have Kirby right here.
That is, yeah, you.
I mean,
That's
do you know what?
Jigglypuff, but-
Do you know what's
Close
weird
enough.
to me? Do you know
Are
what's
we
weird to
about
me?
ready to put this to bed, SPG? Are we? Can we
Yeah.
put this to bed?
Just
Do you know what?
Tuck
Do you know
us in,
what, David
Wilson.
Do you know what, David Wilson? And just give us Kirby, the Nintendo character, and I'll throw that on a curb, and we'll end it right now.
And then Kirby will just devour the whole world. Yeah, that'll end it.
Oh, private chat's lit. Woo!
Yeah, I see it. I see that going off in there. So yeah, man. Shout out to
That's
Already
fun.
Exist. Thanks for
Kirby's
coming on.
last night.
Thanks for being my co-host. Shout out to Perp. I don't think she's gonna make it back before I end the show. But you know, before I do, I want to make sure I do say this to you guys. Anybody listening, everybody in chat, and everybody on panel. You know, if you're catching the VOD or whatever, just drop me a comment. Let me know what you think, and let me know how you feel about all this. And what do you guys want to see happen with the show? And do you still want to see the show? And whatever, just drop me a line down in the comments. But yeah, I want to end this on a high note, guys, and I just want to say that even though Stadia is over with and we don't know what the future holds, I just want to say about this moment in time right now that you guys are amazing. I love all of you. I wouldn't have traded this experience for anything else in the world. I would do it again, and yeah, it's been fun, and I can't, you know, I want to continue this journey with you guys. So,
Keep the show
I don't know.
going.
Yeah.
Keep the show
Let-
going, man. Keep gaming. Keep
What do
talking.
you guys
Keep
got
striving.
anything you want to say to the community?
I got something I want to say to you.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I told you from day one, man. I said, dude, there's something about you, the way you speak, everything, you're polished. And I said, you know,
Hey, he's married.
and he's married. But
Yeah.
your shows for me, man, I look forward to them. You know, you let people jump on, we say whatever, and it wasn't always Stadia, right? So it's cloudy thoughts. I think as Holtz was pointing out, I feel like
Yeah.
you, your personality, right? Like me, somebody come on my show, we're about to kill each other and stab each other, but your place, your shows you did, and because of the host you are, it was like a good safe space to kind of let people have these discussions and difference of opinions, and it always was so great. And it was kind of like a fundamental, like people learn stuff from each other because of you as the host that you were. I don't want to lose. I personally wouldn't want to lose that. I personally enjoyed stepping away from my desk, probably almost get fired, just to jump on, because it was such a culture that you brought that my show don't bring, that Squid show don't bring. And I'm saying we all got our own special thing, but you in the community had something special to me personally, and I wouldn't want to see that go. So that's just what I got to say to you, man.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that, and it's like I take that to heart because I mean that's why I wanted to. I know they got the charity stream and everything going, and I don't want to disrespect those guys, but I had no idea I was scheduling over them. And then with Stadia's shutdown being announced, I just wanted to give everybody a place to say what they needed to say and blow off steam. And I mean, everybody, you know, for some of us, we're kind of going through emotions pretty fast now. But, you know, you're angry one moment, you're sad the next, you're happy the next. It's, you know what I mean? And I just wanted to give everybody a chance to just vocalize that.
I agree. I mean, it's going through a dark time with Stadia, but I'm sort of going to evolve with the clouds. But whoever I've already subscribed to, I'm subscribing to you, which I've mentioned in the past, because you are great personalities that bring humor and news in my life whenever I tune in, or I've got the point to tune in, and there's more that I would like to tune in from the west and east of my society. And I feel like I would never want you to go away because I have established a point of view where I tune into your shows at that time, should I say. So I hope that yous might sort of be disenfranchised with Stadia, but I hope you actually pick up the game in Mantlore and you could sort of bring me something more going forward as a consumer. And I'll be there, subscriber-wise, just to chat with everyone else on your opinion. So that's how I feel going forward.
Here, I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I just I want to make sure I'm being sincere and I'm being real when I come to this show. So I look forward to, like I said, what the future may hold. I hope to see you guys joining me here, whether it be this show or game streams or whatever comes out of this. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Squid's morning show in chat and hanging out with you guys. This is this right now and all the other streams that people have been doing it's proof that just because things are closing down that we're not. It's we're not breaking up the family, you know. we're still friends, and the fun doesn't have to stop, guys. So just know that it's not all tears. It's there's happy times ahead. There's lots of gaming we can still do. Thanks to SPG, like I said, I still have a mountain to go through and try that I haven't played, regardless of what platform they're on. So. There's lots of that to come, and there's so many people on the panel. Just I'll throw everybody I can in the description after the show. Be sure to check everybody out, subscribe. Thanks to everybody in chat. Shout out to #MediaGuy. Thank you, sir. Everybody that's a member of my Buy Me a Coffee page, you know who you are. There's too many supporters to name. Thank you, guys. Thank each and every one of you on this panel. You've all had an influence in everything that I've done so far, and have been a big motivation for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, guys. And if you want to hang out backstage for a minute, just hang out until the music's over, and I'll see you on the other side, guys. Peace out to everybody.
Peace.
Peace.